What is up? What is up, people? Welcome to the O.O.C. Do not adjust your dial. I am bringing in my co-host right now, Mr. Roberto Mendez. What's up, brother?
What's going on? Brought my shit.
There you go. I got mine too, guys. $10 shot night if you haven't noticed. Right now, I figure we started a little bit early so that me and Roberto can just have a little conversation before we bring in the panel. So what's up, Roberto? 1 year, man.
Yeah, man. In all honesty, didn't feel it. You know, like they say, good times fly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these times have flown. If you hadn't have told me, I wouldn't have known. Thank God you did, because that would have been a sad thing to fucking miss.
Yeah, I definitely feel you, man. And when I started this, I didn't think I would actually be doing this for over a year, but hey, man, it's good. I like it, you know?
Met a lot of good people. Got a lot of shit off my chest. Got to know that I wasn't alone in my thoughts. And it was nice to get the opinion of good people that follow us
Absolutely.
and the panel, you know.
100%. First, want to say what's up to Matt's Mama Bear. She is in the house. She'll be in the show later on today, along with the widow, Ashley, and Jess will be in the house tonight, right? We also got Film Elitist coming in, and Yellow Does It. And I'm basically pretty much going to host the show, and I'm going to let these guys discuss what they want to do. We're going to get some opinions from different people on the show, so it's going to be a fire show. And I guess for a 1 year episode, man, I mean, hey, man. It's what we do, you know?
I thought I had these fucking crickets down packed. What are these fucking lobsters I'm putting in there, man?
Yeah, this is what happens when you don't have your glasses on.
I'm trying to be cool, right? Some of you might have noticed besides Anzo, I ain't wearing my glasses because I'm tired of looking like I'm looking into the future, you know? But I had no reason to read the commentary because I didn't think people would be in here so quick with us. So much love.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot more people coming in later on. But, you know, it to me, like I said, things, you know, it's like they say is a coincidence or not. And I don't really know because, and I forgot to do it. I was going to go back to my text and look how this all started with me and you. But just to break it down, it was a comment that I had on a video from somebody. And they asked me about Robert, you know? And usually they were talking about Robert Storms, but usually it's either Rob or Storms, they would say. So when they said Robert, it kind of threw me off. So I text Roberto and I was like, yo, you commented on my video?
Just so you know, Roberto, yes, but I used to go by Robert because when I came into the new hood, I met a lot of illiterate mofos who couldn't pronounce Roberto, so I had to eliminate the O and simplify it by Robert. Now you can go sorry for it. Just had to give him the update, you know?
Not a problem, not a problem. You see, and I didn't know that's why you actually went by Robert. You know what I mean? And I was just like, yo, when I met his brother, I was like, yes, my bro Robert, you know, and that's what I used to call him until we started working together. And he's like, no, call me Roberto. And you know how long it was for me to actually be able to use Roberto because I'd known you by Robert for so long. I kept saying Robert, Roberto.
It was a battle. It was a battle like with many because, you know, the people that really knew me, and the people I met later on knew me as Mendez, so I didn't even have a problem with that one. So,
and then I messaged him and he was like, show? What show? And I was like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. I do a show, you know? And it's just so funny. He's like, oh, shit, I always wanted to do YouTube, blah, 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 blah. And I think he first started off. I said, all right, so we do a sports show. I'm going to bring you in on Square One. Brought him in on Square One and started talking about doing the show. And he was like, yeah, you know, I want to do a show, like a real life show talking about this and that. And I was like, bro, me too, right? Because when I was on Robert Storms, I gave the first time I ever told my story about my depression and my parents and everything. And someone in the comment was like, oh man, you really inspired me. And that's what gave me the idea to like, well, maybe if I do a show on real stuff or how I feel or this and that or what I went through, you know, maybe I can inspire more people. So when Roberto was like, yeah, I wanted to do something like that too, cards just fell into place, man. I was like, okay, I get it. You want to do it? Let's do it. and then we came up with the O.O.C. And as you guys can see, thanks to LDG, we got some new backgrounds in the house. And the reason why I did it is because remember back in the day growing up, you'd watch like the Cosby Show, and every year it'd be like a different intro, and it'd be like, oh, you know what? Let's see what Cosby has
Like
for
it
this intro.
updated this shit season to
Yes,
season. This is year
yes,
2, so the fire got bigger. It got a little more unique, and this is what we're
absolutely,
rolling with, man. This is what we're rolling with.
absolutely. Now
Why the fuck ain't my chat refreshing?
the intro's still the same. You know what I mean? I think we use the intro for a while longer, but maybe we'll switch that up one day too as well.
I think we just might have to,
Yeah.
unless you've already done it.
Oh, I already done it.
This is backstage talk. If one day it wants to come out, it'll come out. But shit happens.
And Permine said you got too kind of just wing it. Oh, you got to kind of just wing it sometimes because you'll never know where it can go. Absolutely, 100%. And that's the thing about the show. Now, usually we come in here and it's like, what do you have to get off of your chest, But more or less, it's basically a free for all. You know what I mean? We come in, we have our topics, and we just discuss them and get them off our chest. And that's how we wanted to do it, I personally on YouTube have done a lot of comic book stuff, and everything was comic book stuff. So when it came to doing something like this, I was like, you know what? I'm all down for it, because we can do things and talk about things that Black men really usually don't talk about, because there's that stigma. You got to be hard, you got to be strong and shit like that.
Black men don't cry.
Exactly. So me and Roberto say, you know what? Let's do a fucking show where we show that all that shit is bullshit. You know what I mean? You're a human being. You have feelings. If you're a man, woman, or child, you have feelings. So if you have to cry, let that shit out, bro.
There are some people who have no emotions, but that's a very rare few,
100%.
But everybody tries to play Clint Eastwood. For those of you who don't know, this is a guy's stone cold face. Never showed a tear, never showed sympathy, like a robot, kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But this is how we roll. We're older now, got less to prove, want to be righteous. I want to see if there's other people out there who feel the same way. So,
Absolutely.
Cheers to you 1 year later.
You know what? Hold on. I did put a $10 shot knife, but
So we're gonna do one just for us.
Yeah.
1 year.
100%.
10 more to come when we have 6 million subscribers.
You know what I mean? Respect, brother.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that shit is here.
The big guy made this happen, so we know we're sailing on the right path.
Absolutely. As long as we put in the work, we do what we got to do. You know what I mean? Things will pick up. G Major is in the house. Thank you very much, G Major. He said, "What up, yo? Congratulations on the anniversary. Hopefully, many more to come."
Respect.
Yes, absolutely. I am definitely hoping for many more years to come. I do a lot of shows, and I love doing all the shows I do. But this one here, like I've said before, is my baby. You know what I mean? This one here is the one that I really can open up on and be real. Like, you guys see me on Chaos List. Most of you guys watch me on those shows. You see me on MSK's channels. You see me on Rob Store. Wherever you see me, it's jokes, and sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm the best, and I'm this and that, and it's all jokes. That is not me. But when you come over here to O.O.C, I don't think I've ever made any jokes like that on here. I've always tried to keep it real and shit like that on this show. So I know feel that way. Yellow Does It is in the background. Yellow, we will bring everybody in at 10 o'clock just to let you know, because I didn't tell you that. Me and Roberto are just going to have a conversation for a bit, and then everyone else will come in at 10 o'clock.
In all honesty,
go ahead.
I never really expected anybody but me and you to do this show. I never expected us to take on any other co-host. It never crossed my mind, because I figured, because I know you so well, I could call you out. And because we've made that step to the next level, no fight's going to come out of it. No disrespect's going to come out of it. and we'll talk about it like grown men if it didn't shouldn't be talked about here. But that's how I thought the show was going to roll, and eventually we did grow. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying anything bad about it, but sometimes when we have a lot of people on here, we don't truly get our opinion out like maybe we want to, and maybe sometimes you may or I may or somebody else may get cut off, and I can only speak for myself. I have memory loss and shit, even though I know it's something important I want to say. It just, you
That's
snooze, you lose mentality. If
that's
someone
that's
cuts
like
me off, I just take that exit. I don't fucking keep cursing and shit like that. I just keep going about it until I make my way back to where I got to go. But yeah,
and 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 I hear what you're saying 100%. And that memory loss is that chronic that we've been smoking for all those years, bro. Them
that's the
brain
only
cells
thing
are
I'll blame on weed. I know,
yeah,
I know
me
it
too.
comes with age, but the weed does, play a role in it too.
Oh yeah, it sure does. But with that being said, because you said it's supposed to be me and you, that's how it was. And I don't remember how I did it, but I sent the link to Josh by accident, right? And it was actually our seventh show. I went to go check. No, it was our sixth show. I went to go check and see when he came on, right? So I
Hmm.
went back and I said, okay, so it was the show we did on our sixth episode of this show, and it was funny because I was like, I don't remember how I sent him the link. I guess it was because of Square One. Me and you were in a group for the Square One chat. I sent the link there, and then we were doing the show, and then Josh popped up, and I'm like, okay, that's weird that Josh is here.
You even made you're like, what the fuck you doing here? How'd you come here?
You know
Poor
what I
guy,
mean? So Josh popped in, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna tell the man he can't come on the show. You know what I mean? So I popped him in, I let him come in, and I don't know what Roberto thought, and to be honest with you, I didn't ask, which I should have, but I thought
It's
the
all good.
chemistry that he brought in was really good. So I was like, you know what? Maybe we can bring him on the
I,
show more
I
often.
like this creativeness. He was coming on with some real unique shit, and I was looking forward to the next one when he was gonna come. But now he's all Hollywood out. He doesn't have to sing songs anymore about the show and be creative. He does his own little movie aficionado shit, and he's trying to build off of that. And I respect that.
Hmm.
But you should never really forget your roots, man, because I know the fans love that shit. We threw
Hmm.
it in the intro,
Yeah, yeah.
like we gave you all kinds, Josh. Love, love. Now, like, you don't even eat edibles anymore. That was just one episode. We had to laugh at you. I think we just need to add a little more of that in there, some songs, some edibles.
Oh well, definitely. If we get some, we get some $10 shots. I'm saying Josh is going to do an edible. He's going to do an
What's up,
edible tonight.
LDG, the man, the legend, the myth? Happy
Yes.
B-Day, brother.
Yes, sir. Once again, yeah, he had a great birthday stream. It was really fun over there.
Nice.
Um, and like I said, the backgrounds are because of him. I seen Jess hit the backstage. Don't worry, guys, but we'll bring you guys all in at 10 o'clock when the show starts. But like I said, just because me and Roberto were the ones that actually started, and we did like 6 shows alone, I figure, we'll come in here for 30 minutes and just talk about what the show means to us and how it got started and shit like that. And it means a lot, especially when I get people texting me and they're like, "Oh man, things that you said on your show, I really respect that, and you've helped me out with some things." I li- pretty much, I pretty much make sure. Ashley just stepped in the backstage too, so Ashley, if you haven't heard, I'm gonna bring everybody in at 10 o'clock, just having a little conversation with Roberto for now. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, it was like people were messaging me and they're like, "Oh man, your story inspired me. You helped me out, this and that." And I usually tell people like, listen, man, if you need anything, just holler at me. I'm 47 years old. I've been through a bunch of shit in my life. I haven't experienced everything, but
I
at
just
least I
say I'm
can help.
old. I ain't throwing no numbers on my shit. I'm just old. I could give you a little more wisdom than my man Anzo, but he could justify mine and I could justify his a little more because I saw him when he was younger. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So yeah, he said he's old. I was just gonna say, don't want to put out his number. I was just gonna say he's older.
No
That's all.
numbers, just leave it at old. See, when you're younger, you say older. I remove the ER because I'm old.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people like complain about getting old and shit, bro. I embraced that shit.
You're
You know
not
what I
there
mean?
yet. You're not even in the club yet. Wait till you join the club.
I only
And I
got three
told
more
you,
years, bro. I only got three
what?
more years. I only got 3 more years.
Yeah,
Like,
enjoy them. Because I'm telling you, on your 50th, I'm going to cut your hand and I'm going to tell you, watch how long it takes to heal now. You know what I mean?
it's
Yeah.
like it's all good, bro. I know that shit already, bro. You know, you get to like 45 and shit, you start waking up with these back pains or your leg hurting you, and you're like, what the fuck did I do in my sleep that my fucking leg is hurting me? Yeah,
Yo,
that's that old age
you,
shit, bro. So I
you want
get
to hear old age shit? Do you want to hear old age shit?
yeah,
And
sure,
I
go
and
ahead.
I know guys in my realm may or will be going through this same shit. That every time you take a leak, you fart. Now that's old, man. That's old. See, we keep it real here. I don't give a shit.
Okay, I was not expecting that one,
But it's
but
them funny farts, them unscented ones, the ones like you're like, shit, where'd you come from?
oh my god, Roberto has that Lance Reddick energy. Love it. Yeah, Roberto's a cool dude, man. Much respect to this guy. I've known
Keep it
him since
real.
I
I keep it
was
real. I feel I keep it real. Give respect.
yeah, I known him since I was 10 years old, man.
Weren't
And
you younger than that?
no, actually 10. I
Okay.
met your brother at 10, and then I came to you guys' house for the first time that same year, and that's when I met you. Stone cold. What up, Jason?
What's up, Jason?
Stone cold dude I could not fucking stand. Was a big ass bully. Oh my god, I'll never forget,
Who's he
man.
talking about?
I'm talking about you, bro.
I was a big ass bully. That's funny. Maybe I was somewhat of a terrorist, but I wouldn't say a bully. I just,
Man, when you tell a dude that and a dude that ain't even at the house to see you, chilling with your brother, and you come whenever this guy would come into the living room, it would be like, oh shit, who wants to go Burger King for me? Nobody says shit. You know, we put our heads down. Anzo, go Burger King for
TJ.
me. Craig, go Burger King for me. And when it's your turn, it's like, nah, man. You know, we young, we get what nah, man. I don't feel like going. Oh, really? Get the fuck out my house then. And I'm like, damn, bro.
You see that? It was just verbal abuse. Never laid a hand on none of them.
No, that you didn't. But yeah, you know, you hid the video games, locked them up in your room and shit. You know, we had to sneak in there to play them. It was fucking crazy,
See,
bro.
that's terrorism. That's not bully. Bully is you beat them up, take their money, embarrass them. I didn't do that shit. It was just, Burger
There's
King.
there's
Was
mental,
it was a block away. Didn't send them in the rain and the snow. You know what I mean?
bruh, bruh. You can tell me you didn't send us out there in them cold ass winter days?
It might have
Hands.
been. I wasn't really looking. I won't lie. But you know what? It was only a block away, yo. So
That's his excuse. It was only a block away. Yeah, man, it was only a block away. It wasn't that far, but it's minus 30 degrees outside, but it's only a block away. You know, God forbid you forget not to say no pickles on his burger.
go back. Go back. Shit.
That is correct. He actually made us go fucking back and get him a fucking burger with no pickles on it, bro. You know, but that was when he's younger. Then we started working together, and it was like a complete 180, man. Like for real.
We were brothers, and that's how big brothers are. They bully you, and they teach you lessons, and it's just roles. Because I'm sure Anzo couldn't wait for the generation below him for him to send them to wherever he sent them, Dunkin' Donuts or to the store to get papers. It's just like a traditional thing. It passes on, right? And like he said, later on in life, we came to work with each other, and I had his back like a brother. I didn't treat him like. I just knew him.
Mm-hmm.
I treated him like a brother. I had his back. Now, he's going to tell you about that story where he had a chance to get promoted and I didn't put him there. But there was a reason why I didn't put him there. Because I knew with his skill set, at least he was safe with me there and he can make more money where he was than being a manager. Because when you become a manager, It just increases in workload, and all you do is get credibility. You don't get more money. You don't get an opportunity to make more money, especially in a corporate setting. You're just sheep, man. They just fucking, or sorry, could I say this? You're a hoe?
Yeah.
You're a hoe being pimped. That's the street version of working in a business, a corporation. You're a hoe. They got you doing multiple jobs where they can pay people for these jobs, but they're paying you basically a little bit above minimum wage and give you all kinds of titles to make you feel good and walk on, you know?
Absolutely. And I wasn't even going to bring up that story.
It's okay, I did.
But what I was going to say is I became one of the best at what I did till this day. And I owe that to him, right? Seriously, because at one point I wasn't really taking the job serious. It was just a fucking job. And then when they pulled us in the office, man, he was like, yo, if they told me I had to fire 3 people today, it would be you and these 2 other guys he brought in, you know, because we were all joking around that day. And I had just had my son, and I was like, fuck, I can't even get fired. So that lit a fire under my ass. And then I went back to that desk, and like a month later, I was fucking number 1 in the company, you know, so.
And I wasn't going to fire them. It's just one of those pre-game pep talks, you know? Like, you're going to get me fired if you don't fucking do something because, you know, these guys were like fooling around, man, you know? I let them have their fun, but there's always, you know, higher ups who see that shit, or somebody who's jealous and rats you out, and then I got to defend you, and I can't really defend you, and then next you know I'm gone, and then you're fucking the next ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He always used to tell me, he's like, yo, man, listen, you and me are brothers and we're boys, but I can't show favoritism because at the end of the day, if it's my job or yours, I would have to say it's your job, you know? And I completely respected that. But as a friend, I was like, well, I don't want to put you in that position to make you want to have to fire me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit down, I'm going to do my work, and next thing you know, I was fucking running that company, basically.
You're making that money.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you went out there and made real money.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You know, and another thing too, before I bring in people in, because it's almost 10 o'clock and I see they piling up in there. But I was going to say, that's the thing, though. I was there for 4 years. And when they fired me, I was like, fuck, man, you know?
You were psyched up.
Yeah.
It was a good school. I'll say
it was. It was because.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you first.
Well, as management, you know, every 3 months they gave you courses, and you had to pass these courses in order to basically have a chance to get promoted in the company. And they were huge. They had like 4 or 5 facilities across Canada. I don't know if they touched the US, but if you got up in the hierarchy, you know, you had a chance to make good money. But as a supervisor, they just basically pimped you.
Absolutely. And what I was going to say is, you know, I was like, fuck, man, you know, there was a job, I was comfortable, but when they fired me, it just kept getting better and better after that. So, you know, just want to say what's up to Dandelion and the rest of the people that just popped up in the chat. Thank you for listening to me and Roberto rant and talk about certain things, but it's time to get this real show underway. So I'm going to pop on the intro, and then I am going to bring in the rest of the crew. So
thank you for hearing us out. Let's get this done.
And thank you for coming, and also thank you for sticking with us for like a year. So here we go. Oh, this is how we do it. We got the whole crew in the house and then some. What's up, people? Welcome to the show.
How we
Welcome to
do?
the
How we
show.
do? Everybody's quiet, Jess. Everyone on mute.
Yeah, I know, right? What the hell's going on?
Yes.
Sweet,
Sweet, sweet. I'm waiting
Josh
for
looks
them
like he's
shots. I'm
frozen.
thirsty, yo.
Okay, Josh was frozen, so Josh will be out of here in a second. So as you guys see, we got Mad Mama Bear in the house. We got Jess in the house. We got Yellow Does It and Ashley. What's up, people?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you guys for coming to the show. Much appreciated. It's the 1 year anniversary of the O.O.C, so I figured we try and do it a little big this time. But Maz Mama Bear, talk to the people about your channel, please.
Hi guys, I'm currently running a art/lifestyle channel. I dropped some basic knowledge. I actually did worked on my Green Lantern piece earlier today, so yeah, please go catch that. And got the Queen's Council as well. Just gotta find me. It's Mads Mama Bear here on YouTube.
Excellent.
Find this lady and give her some love.
That is correct. Next up, Jess. What's up, Jess? How you doing? Okay, Jess is not there right now. Yellow, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Yellow does
know
it.
It is, fam. Yellow does it in the building. AKA No W, AKA Yes, my name's a color, AKA the Grump God. And I ain't that grumpy today, man. We got some good comic book news. I'm kind of excited about it. So,
Wow,
Sweet.
Yellow is not grumpy today.
At least not yet.
It's a first time for
2 hour
everything.
show.
Yeah, let's see what we can do to change that. Next up is Ashley
you've
the
already
Widow. How you
seceded.
doing?
You seceded already.
Oh,
I
did
hate
I?
all y'all.
Good
Already
job.
so fast.
Ashley, tell the people about your channel.
I'm Ashley, aka The Widow. The name of my channel is The Widow. We talk about the MCU. We talk about superheroes. We talk about all kinds of things, and we talk over each other sometimes, and it's always fun, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what I do. And you can follow me on Twitter too at The Real Widow, where I, talk shit for a living sometimes too.
Absolutely. And let's just be real. There's only a few people that talk over certain people.
Active cat.
I think we have one on the panel here today, but I'm not saying no names.
Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
How you doing?
Good.
I'm the Josh.
Everybody?
Man, for whatever reason, it says Street Jesus. I said Jess. I thought you were Jess.
That might have been what was going on. No, it's the
My
film
bad,
elitist,
film
bro.
elitist. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Hey, nice to meet you, Roberto.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No
Welcome.
problem. Talk to people about your channel, sir.
Yeah, it's the film elitist. The T, the F, and the E are capitalized. We talk about movies, comic books, stuff like that. Shoot the shit. Yellow, Ashley, they come on sometimes. I come on their stuff. Anzo, I've been on your stuff before. You've been around. And you can follow me on Twitter at elitistfilm. So thanks for having me on, man.
No
Wicked.
problem. Glad you guys can make it once again. Josh is not here. I guess he'll be popping up later. He said he was on his way. I think he was on his phone, which didn't connect, but he'll come up later. So we'll get into a few topics right now, and I will let Roberto start it off with what he wanted. Actually, you know what?
You want me to start it? I think
Yeah,
they should start it. Come
That's
on,
what I
yo.
was just about to say. Does any of the guests have anything that they want to get off their chest?
There's got to be something.
I'm still working on it. I've got so many.
It is
It'll come to me.
quite all
It's
right.
all good.
Cricket things. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
We got a few ones. So you know what? I will start it off because Danny sent me this one today.
Oh, he sent you one too? He sent me one too.
Oh, Danny sent you one?
Yeah.
Was it the marijuana one?
The edibles?
Yes.
Oh, he's really wanted that to get out there tonight.
I guess so, eh? How Danny is sending it.
I was like, oh, Danny's sending me some. That's nice. Same shit.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
that's it.
There it is.
It's CNN. I don't know.
So this one, he sent it to me. He's like, children are at risk of accidental poisoning from marijuana edibles, studies find. So when
I
I
believe
first, hold on, but when I first seen it, I was like, okay, this is some bullshit, right? But then I started reading the article. So, children are at an increased risk of accidentally poisoning from edibles and other products made from marijuana, according to a study analyzing calls to poison control centers from 2017 to December 2019. Now, calls about poisoning as a result of consuming products such as weed concentrates, extracts, beverages, vape juice, and edibles are more often involved children under 10 years old, the study found, compared to calls about dried and pre-rolled cannabis planting poisonings. So I'll stop it right there and I'll say, okay, first off, I guess, but if you have edibles, and I know there's a few herbalists on this panel. I think the three of us are lined up in a row right now, right? But if you have edibles, if you have edibles, you have cookies, you have brownies, you don't keep that fucking shit on your kitchen fucking counter. You know what I
That
mean?
shit's I got a special bag for that, man.
Right. So
Combination and shit. James Bond.
this is what I'm saying. You have to be. If this is what's going on, I blame the parents. 100%. I blame the parents because those things look way too good. And if you have a 10-year-old, 9-year-old child and you just have your brownies on the counter, of course you're going to take the fucking brownie, right?
And you have some that you don't even taste the THC, huh? Those are the ones that are dangerous.
Bro. I know, bro. I know.
I like the ones that have it, so I know, okay, 2 is enough. But those other ones, you're popping them like what? Tic Tacs, and then next thing you know, you wake up 2 days later.
And you're fucked up, right? Me personally, edibles don't do nothing for me. But I had one, went to the store, got some cookies, and they were like 250 milligrams, right? And I gave one to my son, man, and he was like, "Yo, those cookies were fire." You know, I was like, "Oh, okay, shit. So these cookies are on point. I know my kid burns." Man, I ate that whole cookie, and I was like, I ain't seen nothing. I don't feel nothing. It did nothing for me, you know? But my point is, at the end of the day, if you're going to have those things, if you're going to do them, you have to keep them away from children. And if your kids are getting into them, then I blame that on children. But what do you guys think?
Blame the parents, yo.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant.
I lock my shit.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who makes their own, I cook, I bake, when I do cook, I mean, I've infused, weed into my stuff, and I have a kid. And
what's good, chef?
I don't leave that stuff around, where my kid could get it, and then like all of my other edibles that I buy or that I purchase are, only where I can get them, in my room, in a specific place, where they have no access to it. I'm sorry. Like if you're leaving edibles on a counter, kids are kids. They come in, they see food of any kind, really. A lot of times they're hungry and they're just going to grab it and they're going to eat it. So absolutely, it's on the parents' responsibility to make sure that if you do like edibles and you have this stuff, that your kids can access. It's that freaking simple at the end of the day.
You show me a kid that will not grab a gummy bear, and I'll show you a kid with a problem.
Or even like salsa, like or chips and salsa, like any type of snack that like a kid would see, whether it be a dessert or non-dessert, then just make sure that stuff is not mixed with your regular food. It's that simple at the end of the day.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with that. Yellow, what do you think?
People are dumb. People are always going to be dumb. People are going to constantly prove to you over and over again that they're dumb. Right? That's it. At the end of the day, that's what it's always going to be about. I think the issue here is that with the increased legalization of marijuana products, there's this like period of time where dumb people are going to do a bunch of dumb shit until we come up with ways to prevent that dumb shit from being a problem, right? And I think that's what we're experiencing here now. The problem I have with at least the headline and a little bit that you shared with us about that article is they're framing it as though it's a marijuana problem.
Yeah.
No one is like bleach is bad because nobody's Tide Pods are terrible. And the kids
I was gonna say that Tide Pods.
Nobody said that, right? Yep. Like and we can't like with the Tide Pods. Those are a bunch of fucking children who should have known better, but they're dumb, right? You as the way how y'all said, man, protect that shit, right? Store it differently. Store it in a different place, safe, secure. In the same way you hide all your sex stuff that you don't want your kids to find out about, hide your fucking drug stuff. I don't like what is
guns too. Hide your guns in the gun cabinet for the lock. I don't know if you guys are,
exactly.
By the way, hello, how's it going? Trying to keep this connection, trying to show my dedication. What up, everybody?
What
O.O.C.
up, Mr. Aficionado?
Live from the train station, man. Still keeping the connection.
Look at you, huh?
Yeah, man.
Representing on the run. I like that shit.
That's a good idea for a podcast live from the train station.
But I don't know.
That's original.
How you
I guarantee that's a thing.
that you supposed to be on the show at 10 o'clock and you still in the train station? What's up with that, bro?
1 year anniversary. That's something.
You know what I
I
mean?
caught up.
No.
That's some shit.
I even
yo.
took the cab from the club to get to the train station. Still, like, nah, your train's at 10:27. Like, are you kidding me, man?
It's all good, bro.
We prepped you for this
I connect.
from last week, Josh. Like, you know, what are you gonna drink now? You want to get arrested?
Shut that up.
Oh yeah, I can't.
And when you get home, hope you have your gummies ready. You have your gummies ready?
Yeah, I'll do something. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yep.
Maz, what do you think about the situation?
Okay, first of all, these people really need to reevaluate how they're throwing kids' parties. I'm just saying. I can teach that stuff on my channel if y'all need that, but really, I can't speak much on the whole edibles thing. I mean, I had to scrounge to find a bottle of alcohol.
It's okay, but you understand that, like you
Absolutely.
vape, right? Vape.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all, like I said, we all got to keep in mind that these things aren't safe for kids. And if you're going to eat those things, and they come in like these bags anyway, so why would they even be put in the kitchen? You know what I mean? Like, they come in these sealable bags and stuff like that. Why would you put them anywhere that's close?
I mean,
there are
do we
always
really know where
stuff
they were,
you
though?
need to keep from
That's
kids,
a good
though.
point. That's a good point.
Kids get into shit.
Well,
I know I got into a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's
you remember
true.
the bag that I had? The packaging looks just like any other fruit snack bag I have. It's blue until you read it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You're right. They could put it anywhere where kids can. I mean, almost anywhere.
Kids get
but,
into shit.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's places you can put it where a 10-year-old can't reach to.
There absolutely
You know what I mean?
And there's boundaries.
Where's the
How often
article
do
with
kids
10-year-old
really
kids with alcohol?
It's facts.
You know what I mean?
No, that's the thing, though.
They shouldn't be around anything. That's all adult content, man. They shouldn't be touching any of the shit, so it's irrelevant.
It's not even just alcohol. I mean, I've got stuff I deal with when it comes to the doll customizations that I have had very many long conversations with the little one that she is not to go anywhere near this. And it's still kept out of reach. God, I hope. And all of that.
I won't lie, you know, my kids had a party and I forgot those bottles of Jamaican rum were downstairs. And when I started hearing crashing and shit, and you know, in the bathroom and downstairs, and I'm like, holy shit, these kids can't go home, you know? Yeah, like
that shit happens too.
I didn't expect it. I didn't think I had to lock everything up because why would they touch my liquor? I'm already a crazy dad, right? So,
fire question.
I wasn't crazy enough, obviously.
That's what they do.
How old were each one of you when you had your first taste of alcohol?
Well, I'll answer this. I'll start by saying it wasn't my parents' alcohol. I think I was like maybe 13, 14.
I will absolutely say it was my parents. I was maybe 13 around then. But my parents would, when I'd have a birthday party, they'd buy a little bottle of baby duck and they would tell me I could have some baby duck on my birthday. That's about it, though. Maybe one beer when I got to like 16 and stuff like that. Yeah, here, have a beer. And then when I really started drinking, then I was like, yeah, okay, you know, whatever. Crown Royal, all that shit. But yeah, I think about 13.
No, I was raised on the elixir of life, fam, the Eau de Vie. You feel what I'm saying? They used to mix Similac with my cognac. You dig me? That's how we get down. Right?
Shit. Phil Miletus, what do you think on the situation? Oh, go ahead, Josh.
No, I'm the opposite of yellow. For some reason, it was just ingrained in me. I saw what happened with my dad and everything like that, and I kind of just stayed away from it till the age of 29. 29 was when I had my first beer or anything. What? I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm old. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was
no,
I was
alcoholism will do that to
straight
you.
edge, straight razor.
Yeah, scary shit,
I was a
man.
straight
That
edge,
should have make you
straight edge,
terrified.
straight razor man. And then
True.
yeah, then I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll try it. Why not? And I had a beer at age 29. I was like responsible. Didn't feel like getting crazy drunk. I think I got drunk one time in my life. I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that shit again. I threw up. I was like, what was the point of that? So
you don't drink at all?
it will be very casual, you know. Like I'll have one beer, a couple beers. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Straight up, I'm
Ashley?
actually on the same page as Yellow. My dad is was European, so I got raised really with that European lifestyle. So, like you said, the baby duck that came out every gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I had an alcohol preference by the time I could walk. But
So what is baby duck? Because this feels like a very
It's like
inappropriate
some
way to raise
cheap,
children. Just
cheap
for the record.
champagne, really
It's
cheap champagne.
yeah.
it's
Oh,
wine. It's a wine.
that
A bubbly wine, which is
Yeah.
a cheap
So
champagne.
And it has
it's Cisco. All right.
it has
God
like
awful.
what 7% alcohol. There's not a lot of alcohol in
No.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're popping
It-
baby
it's-
ducks like ballers, you know.
Yeah, like baby duck
Fuck.
to regular wine is kind of like American beer to Canadian beer. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
good comparison.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
very good.
That felt like a shot at America, but
Well, you know what?
That's
I'm
you
not
guys-
a beer guy. I don't know.
This is it. If you're a beer guy, you know what we're saying. They're gonna say, yeah,
Yeah,
she has a point.
no
She has
idea.
a point. Can't lie there. Because
You're probably wrong though, but cool.
no, I
No.
don't think so. Because
I just ain't
when
like
you
the
guys
energy
come
behind
over
it, that's
here,
all. So you're wrong.
you guys bring back beer by the caseloads,
I do.
man.
I believe that.
I'll
We
bring you
love
some
taking from other
Kentucky
people.
Best.
There you go.
This
Our
is
beer,
what
our beer is aged in whiskey barrels, so I'll bring that.
that
Yeah,
works.
you do that.
This is what baby duck looks like. So it's basically
Put
like
that fancy gold wrapping on top to
I
make
know,
you feel
right?
like you're something special, you know?
I know, right? Phil Miletus, you haven't said much. What do you think?
Man,
He
I
had
gotta say,
Coors
it
in
just
his
seems
baby
like bad
bottle, huh?
parenting, you know.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I really don't see how it could be anything else, you know. People in America, you know, they have guns. A lot of people have guns, and a lot of people have bleach laying around their house. They have alcohol. They have all kinds of dangerous shit. I don't think marijuana is that dangerous in general, but it's like you should know the difference between what's safe for an adult, what's safe for a child. And if you can't do that, then, you know, you're not doing a very good job as a parent. It's the same thing with like people that used to complain about the CDs and stuff when the kids would get the CDs they weren't supposed to listen to or whatever. It's like, well, if you don't want them listening to it, do your job as a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's as simple as that.
Absolutely. And
Well,
and
I will say
yeah, go ahead, John.
at least marijuana, out of all those other things versus the guns, the bleach, all the other shit, won't instantly kill you. Like, you know, I mean, you'll be fucked up.
Right?
but
Yeah.
I'm
No, it's
saying
not near as
there's
dangerous. That's what I
chance-
said. Yeah, for sure.
And one
But
thing
like
I
people,
will
okay.
seem to have
Is
that
that-
idea in their head that like one is like, okay, well, everybody knows a gun is dangerous. Everybody knows bleach. You can't drink that shit, right? But maybe some of these parents are thinking like, oh, well, you know, this is it's not that big of a deal, and they don't think about how it's going to affect their children, and that's their ignorance and them not doing their due diligence as a parent, in my opinion.
And the one thing I will say is this article, because when I first originally said it was bullshit, it seems to me like it's an article to scare people. Yeah, you want to just if the train comes again, Josh, just mute real quick. Yeah, thanks, man. But if what I was gonna say is this article seems like it's like to scare people, like marijuana is bad and blah blah blah. That's the first impression that I got from this article. Then as I read on, I'm like, they said 10-year-old, and I'm like, okay, well, that's parents' problem. But it still seems like it's like, you know, we can't legalize weed everywhere, and this is what's gonna happen if we legalize weed. And we've had weed legalized here for more than a year. And Roberto, let me ask you, have you ever heard of anything like that?
That's why I can't understand, like, why 10-year-olds? Is there like somewhere in the world where 10-year-olds are randomly running around trying to purchase edibles? Like,
Holland.
Well, 10 is where you get into shit, though. 10 is where you really.
yeah, but where do you get access to it at 10 years old?
Is
Because
it?
I mean,
No, it's definitely.
is there a guy
Depends.
selling it on the corner? I mean, then there's no doubt that 100% it's on the parents then, because they have no access to get it outside of the parents leave it lying around.
I'm
And
sure there's some scumbag who will sell it to.
I want to go back to the 10-year-old comment. Like,
thank
really?
you,
Man?
Andrea.
I guess I had a totally different life experience.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear yours.
I mean, I didn't drink. I mean, when he's talking about 10, I didn't drink, do anything until I got married when I was 18 until I was 18, 19 years old. You know, before I even drank, smoked, did anything.
19.
Mm-hmm. But I was, but I was also married. So, just friends that I met in college. That's how, I was introduced to stuff. But anything before that,
Do you drink now?
I very rarely. I get in spurts, but unless it's a glass of wine when I'm out to eat or like a holiday.
And you are a true smoker.
Yeah,
because that sounds like pretty much every
yeah.
smoker I know.
I'm not really a drinking type of person.
Neither am I. Like, I'll have a beer and a couple of glasses of wine, but I just realized now, as I stated, I'm old. Me and carbonated drinks don't really get along anymore. So,
yeah, they have him farting while he pees.
Yeah. That's a whole nother story, yo. I was getting like hiccups and shit, like vicious hiccups. And I'm doing research and I'm seeing like there's some people who can have hiccups for like up to 6 months. You can't sleep. You can barely eat. They fucking hurt after a while. And if you ever get violent hiccups, you'll remember me talking about it. I really hope you don't.
I just want to say, Andrea, thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated. We haven't talked in a while, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Got to get you on a stream soon, but thank you for that. I want to say this. I was
What's up, Caleb?
In my teens and in my early 20s, like I was with his brother, man. We would go to the club every weekend. Like we were drinking, right? There were a few stories. Remember one time we went to a party. His girlfriend had a party at the time. So we brought a case of 24 down there, right? And then everybody had to bring alcohol. So what we did is we kept our 24 in a corner, and then we were drinking everybody's else alcohol. So by the end of the night, we had, oh, shit. God damn.
That's uptown rules, man. Uptown rules.
Right? Yeah, but by the end of the night.
Cheers, brother.
Andrea, thanks again. Respect. Yeah, so what I was saying, by the end of the night, we had more beers in our corner than we brought to the party. And we were fucked up, right? So me and my friend had to go upstairs in the building and fucking sleep on the couches in the lobby because we were bent up because of all the alcohol. So I used to drink a lot back in the day. Like every time we'd go out to the club, it would be like 10:30 and it'd be open bar and we would just drink.
We drank like we were hungry, man.
Yeah, like until open bar closed. So I'd have like 8 beers in like 30 minutes, couple shots on top of that. Now you give me 1 beer and I am good.
But like shots, anything else, they say if you abuse it when you get older, you're so far from it. I remember I was clubbing when I was like 13, 14, drawing fake mustache and shit, stealing my brother's ID. And when I was like in my late 20s, early 30s.
I know.
Yellow, don't let me forget. I see you got something to say. Just let me finish. I'll forget.
I'm going to remember too, because I think we had the same thing, like drawing mustaches. But okay, go ahead.
And when I was in the latter stages of my partying life, this guy walked up to me and he goes, one day you're going to get sick of this shit. And I'm like, never, dog, man. This is me. This is us. This is what we do. Maybe 2 years later, it's been a good, like clubbing.
Mm-hmm.
A good, I don't know, man, over 10 years.
Damn. I'll usually go to a club.
I'll do the restaurant bar kind of thing, but that's about it. Yeah,
if last year, well, before the pandemic, I was going to clubs every now and then, but not constantly like I was doing back in the day. But now, Yellow, what were you gonna say? Because I know you had the same thing.
I just want to know, like, What like was it like mom's mascara that you would use for the mustache, or was it
eyeliner,
just straight out respect? Okay,
eyeliner. I drew that
That's
shit like
tight.
Pepe Le Pew,
Nice.
man. That shit was nice,
Yeah.
And you just
That's crazy.
just
Very
slip
believable.
the fingers half an inch over the lip, like you're really touching that shit,
Right. When you start smearing and shit, is when you like, nah.
Yeah, the best was we had
Hopefully
no
you didn't
money.
start sweating.
13 oh yeah, we had to dance in the corner so our mustaches would have melt, right? But we had no money to buy drinks, so we had to scout. Like I'm telling you, it's like real hunting tactics. You're watching people at the bar. Oh, that song's coming on. You know they're getting up to dance. Just wait. They got up. Let's go. Grab their drinks, run back in that corner, drink that down. Yeah, boy. And as the night goes, you're just doing that over and over. And then,
wow, I
The
never did that.
whole system.
Yeah, that's how you had to roll. 13 years old. Well, mom, dad, can I have some money to go to Studio 55?
True.
Like, swap. That's how you get it, Like, how could you even be thinking your 13-year-old is downtown at a club picking up women?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my first
Michael Jackson and shit,
First time at a club, I was 16. Go ahead.
I was bored of the club scene by the time I could legally go, and I never had to pay for alcohol.
I'm sure.
Of course, because you guys are women. You guys are women.
That was on one of our
just
late night game changer shows. Just, I don't pay for
checks on them.
A woman can go to the club.
God damn, this penis making me pay for drinks and shit.
A woman can go to the club with $5 in the pocket, get drunk as fuck, and leave the club with $5 in her motherfucking pocket.
And don't even have to give the man anything.
It
doesn't even have to include sex. Just the thought of it, that shit can run all night. And then, oh, sorry, I got to work tomorrow. And you're like, damn, I can't tell my friends about that. That shit's a great moment, man.
And there was another topic that I had, which I'll bring it up. It's just I'd have to find the video, but it was about a woman who has a man, but her ex still pays all of her bills.
I see that
everything.
Shit.
You seen that shit, right?
Yeah.
That is crazy. Do you think a man could get away with that bullshit?
Absolutely. What do you mean?
Yeah, I believe there's some of them getting away with it right now.
Yep.
Really? I know them personally.
Yeah. I know.
I spent 3 or 4 years.
Give that guy a high five for me, man.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know Eddie.
I spent
like 3 or 4 years just dicking my way into rent and food. Like, just that's a real thing, bro. That's into shelter and fucking. You mean? Yo, come on, what you talking about, bro?
Okay, so the guy had a girlfriend, right? And had his ex paying all his bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ex.
I know ones that have done it too.
But do the ex? The question is, do the ex know about the girlfriend? Because the guy knew about the boyfriend.
Yup.
Listen,
what?
In my experience, there's
you
always
Americans
a way.
Are crazy.
It's never happened in Canada.
We don't talk about it. At least we don't have shows like that. We're too boring. We're too fucking boring.
Oh my god, that's absolutely bananas.
Oh,
I thought you were talking.
Yeah.
I saw this one where this girl was no longer with this guy, but she expected him to continue to pay for her lifestyle that she was having when she was with him, and she's up there justifying it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Why are you paying it? I wouldn't even be talking to her. Why are you paying it?
Yeah.
Is she going to take you to Judge Judy and you're fucked? Like, is there something I don't understand here? Why are you paying this? You're not with her anymore. Maybe she should have done something to keep you to keep that lifestyle.
Courts will do that, though. Courts will rule like with Brendan Fraser. Like, even though he's not making as much money as he used to, back when he was in The Mummy and shit, it's like they're still making him pay the same amount of child support as when he was.
No, marriage is a different thing. Marriage is different. You expect you take care of your own, but boyfriend, girlfriend, you're not even common law. What do I owe you?
No, that's
I don't expect you to pay my shit.
Man,
That's some
No,
fucked
but
up shit. I don't understand.
people have holes in their emotions. People have like
Mhm.
emotional holes in their lives, and we're broken, and y'all, and we don't know how to like
Oh, the
fix.
shoe's coming
We
up.
don't know how
Period.
to fix
Yellow, eh?
Thank you. That's where he
Projection, bro.
belongs beneath me.
Okay.
Just
Thank you.
astral
Yeah,
projection.
Yellow,
OCC,
do
let it off your
bottom of
chest,
that
brother.
bullshit.
we don't know how to we don't know how to like
Dog
we don't know
shit.
how to even begin to look for the problem, let alone the solution. So whatever helps us like forget about it for a little while, whatever helps us feel connected to somebody, whatever helps us, we do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever helps us feel needed, you feel what I'm saying, valued, all of that type of shit, we will do that shit. You know, plus, you know, I mean, I got a PhD in toxic loves and I love it very much.
Well, hold on.
I
Jack
can't
Love saying the
imagine.
courts will make you. Is he saying the truth? The court will make you pay for your ex-girlfriend's lifestyle?
I think he's
No,
talking about
they were
marriage.
talking about marriage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
Okay,
marriage.
marriage. I ain't doubting that with marriage, but girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the only time.
I can't
Sorry, I'll stay
imagine.
single my
I can't
life.
imagine somebody that ever like struggled for everything that they had to get would be the one doing that. Because in my experience, like that's not something that somebody that knows the value of a dollar would be doing. Like just fucking let me pay for my ex's shit.
I think there's a difference. I think there's a knowing the value of a dollar is not what does it. It's how you feel about people culturally. Are you more individualistic versus are you more collectivistic? That's the kind of thing that would lead to people doing that kind of thing. Because it's like if you're more individualistic, bitch, get your own. Good luck. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, damn, you're poor, you're hungry. That's your problem. If you're more collectivistic, it's like, I should do what I can to help as many people as possible. There was a point in my life where I really cared about this person. You know, like then they become kind of a part of your village. You know, but
Do you think it's also partially like maybe that person feels like they can't be alone and that's their connection to them?
That was the first thing that I said. Absolutely,
yeah.
Not partially, fully and completely.
Yeah.
But it's not.
So
It's all of the things.
Let me ask the two ladies on the panel. So if you had a boyfriend and your ex was willing to pay for all of your bills, would you be down for that?
No, me, I'm like, I don't want a dude to pay for anything for me because I take care of myself. So, no, absolutely not. Like, I'm not going to be living in my house. Shut up.
I support it.
I was just going to say respect. I respect
I'm a survivor.
You know, I've always, been the one to pay bills in my house. So,
okay.
Anyway.
Mads?
Once you're an ex for good.
Exactly. But what if
that backslide is popping. Stop it.
Nope. No,
stop it.
No,
that
honestly,
backside is
no,
popping.
I actually get that a lot where the guys will call me back trying to go for another round and it's no.
Yeah.
So the exes, once they're ex, they can't get an ex.
Yeah, I'm all about moving forward. So if you're back there, I can't see you because I'm moving forward.
Yeah, you already had your chance.
Over. It's done. There's no going backwards for me.
What if it's
you've
really
never had
fucking good though?
The only person that in that situation that I went back is when I was married. That's the only time ever.
Okay. How long were you married for?
10 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that.
So, sure, but so in that instance, right, where you went back and you were doing the enjoy yourself part, was it not great?
No.
Oh, never mind. If it wasn't great, then I don't understand why you're doing it. Because it's always great until it goes bad. Just like those terribly toxic relationships, they are incredible right up until the point where it goes bad.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about there.
Silver lining, that's where I live. That's where I try to find myself as often as possible. That is the beauty of the perfection of #toxic love.
Yeah. But that shit can get a little bit too out of hand sometimes, man.
You gotta learn how to balance it.
It's always good until it's
5
not.
kids and 3
right?
baby mothers. I'm very happy.
Until
it goes well, so it doesn't.
Until she's fucking throwing eggs that she's about to cook on your bed.
No, it took a lot of scars and stuff that like it took me a while to perfect there's a lot of fucked up shit.
Like everything else, it's a struggle, right? In the beginning.
Pouring oil in front of the door so that when you would walk out, you would fall. That's a little bit psycho. It's toxic, but psycho.
But that's why you got to get the emotionally dependent. Like that's why you got to
don't date from Amber Heard's group, okay?
It was kind of like that, bro. I mean, yo,
You got to prey on the weak, fam. You can't be trying to subjugate these strong women. Like, that's ridiculous.
this guy's funny. Nah, you don't want no weak woman, bro. You don't want no weak woman, man.
But like, but
Talking
3 of them
about-
though. See, all right. So you don't want no one, but 3 weak women though. That's popping.
Really, Yellow?
Wow,
I'm just saying.
Yellow.
Try it sometime.
So
Weak men
amazing.
too. It's not just, like if I was in the men, I'd probably have 3 weak men as well. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's not just
Not a
women.
sexist
It's
thing,
all
right?
of us.
I got
All
you.
of us are weak in different ways. And
One weak man
I'm
is all I
specifically
can
looking
handle.
for-
Can't
That's
deal with it.
that's cool. I respect it. I'm not, I'm just saying, try it sometime.
I don't
But
know
do
how
you
many
guys
can do dishes.
do you guys really want a weak man though?
No,
Does
it
he do
just
dishes?
seems the ones I come across are quite weak at times.
What is this late night game changers? We're getting some deep relationships.
I'm sorry, I just say things.
It's
It's
all
all
good,
good, man.
Ashley. It's all about getting it off your chest here.
Facts. That is 100%.
Hold on, you blazing over there?
Always.
Man, much love and respect. I'm so envious right now. Look at her. She's just
I got
smoking
3
and
different
smiling,
vape
smoking and
pens.
smiling.
3 weed vape pens right here.
Oh, because you don't smoke in the house, right, Roberto?
That's right.
What about if you had vapes? Would you be able to smoke in the house if you have vapes?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. I don't like vapes because of the convenience. I like to be disciplined a bit, Like I like
That's
the
weird.
whole procedure of getting up to roll, and if I'm not in
Oh,
the
the
mood,
ritual,
I won't get
the
up to
ritual.
roll. All the rituals,
Okay.
with,
Yeah,
like,
I like
that's
rolling
different.
too.
you have to go outside because if you smoke inside, everyone's ruining your buzz. It stinks. It's too strong. Those are all good things.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
this.
These are all good things about it.
See,
You don't realize.
I
Complimenting my weed.
smoke in my house, but only when I'm by myself in my house.
I'll tell you
when I
this.
had the badge. Go ahead.
My building is a non-smoking building. Like, there's no smoking in this building. But I light up in this fucking apartment every time. I
Right.
don't give it.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Maybe don't give that up on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that against you when it comes time to renew your lease. But here's the thing.
It's all good. You know what it is? You know what it is? My
I'm
landlord
done.
actually,
Shit.
my landlord actually doesn't care as long as the bills are paid.
Respect.
As long as the rent's paid on it. Because I've had complaints a year ago. Right, I had complaints. There was this neighbor, and I don't know. I think she was angry because I had a white girlfriend, right?
And you're
So-
smoking moon rocks.
No. Well, yeah, not at the time, but no. But right, so she was always causing problems towards the end when she found out that, and went to court. And I went to court and I was like, hey, man, listen, I don't smoke in the apartment no more. I told them that I don't smoke in the apartment. That's why I sent court. So the court dude was like, okay, well, I can't really say anything. The judge was fucking on point, bro. Like, when I tell you he was on point, he was like, okay, so you say you don't know problem, but if anything happens again, so-and-so. All I do now is I just take these incense, I light them by my door, and I do what I got to do, right? But
I know right away you're blazing.
at the end of the day, he don't
incense is
care,
a
and I'm
pure
not
sign.
the only. Yeah, but I'm not the only one in the building that does it, right? So
Mhm.
I can walk in the building, I could smell the cigarette smoke on the bottom of the building or whatever. So I know I'm not the only one that does it. So at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be the one going outside in minus 30 fucking cold to go smoke a spliff when these people are smoking in the building as well.
Spliff.
It
Yeah,
is more about the
spliff.
smell than anything else, though, right? Like, either you like it or you don't like it for the most part. For me, I've always loved the smell of weed. So, like, when I had the bachelor pad and when it was the party house and during the college years, none of us was in college. It was smoke all the weed you could, but as soon as you went to light up that Newport, carry your ass outside. Good luck. It gets cold. Good luck, sir. I suggest you quit smoking. That's what I suggest.
That's how we was
roll
too.
another L.
Oh, but hold on. When you smoke in the cold and then you come inside, your buzz is strong. Yo.
Yeah.
It's like elevated. The colder it is, the stronger the buzz.
You talking about smoking weed in the cold?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I've done that
multiple
too. Yeah.
times.
Your
I
buzz
did
is
not
dangerous.
get high because
Me
I was
neither.
smoking weed in the cold, fam.
No, but then you
That
go
shit
in. You go
is
in.
bad for you.
I've been out there in the cold smoking.
Really, you guys get high and because
No, but
if I smoke in the
it's when I go inside. If I smoke and
Right.
stay outside, the buzz is fucked up. But I
And your
find
body's-
if I go outside just to smoke and then I run back in,
Uh-huh.
that buzz is somewhat
Yeah.
stronger.
Okay. It's because your body's not trying to keep you alive for that deaf winter that you're standing out there and say, "Why the fuck you doing this to me?"
That's just it, man. It doesn't matter how bad it is. I would not go out with the temperatures that they get out in Montreal. No. If
I'm
I'm
here
not
all
being
my
paid
life
to
though,
leave, it's not
Mads.
happening.
If I can't say I'm used to it, then something's wrong with me. I'm here all
I
my
get it,
life.
man.
I've been
I
here
spent a
all
lot
my
of time
life
smoking
too, and we've
outside.
been hitting
But,
minus 40s lately in the
Yeah,
winter.
well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
you're right. With this
climate
ozone
change.
layer bullshit, weather fucked up. Yeah, it's getting some crazy shit happening as of late.
Mhm.
It is crazy, man.
How about them red suns? You getting them too over there?
Yeah, but we've got a lot of wildfires out
Well, the
in
fires in
Ontario.
BC. Oh, yeah, they're in Ontario too. That's right.
Yep, Ontario, Manitoba. Yeah, they're really right across the country right now, and that's why we're getting like these red pink suns. It's weird.
Yep.
So
Red sun's pretty normal.
Not this shade.
No, it's because of the
Okay.
smog, man.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
different.
you see Ashley's background?
mhm.
Yeah.
That's what your
I
son
swear,
looks like.
every time I look at those butterflies, I'm like, Ashley has the same fucking butterflies that I have on my wall,
They
man.
go all the way up in the ceiling.
It's fucking crazy, you know. Comic Jack sent in a $2 super chat. Happy anniversary, Ronzo. All the best to you, sir.
What up,
Thank
Danny?
you very
Thank you for
much,
making me
Danny.
feel special
Thank
with
you.
the same thing you sent Donzo. I'll cheers to you on that one.
Hey, he was just making sure that we got it out
Oh,
there.
he
You know what I
made
mean?
sure. He made sure to cover all the angles, huh?
All right. So I'm gonna let Roberto. My headset's just died, so give me a second, guys. But I'm gonna let Roberto talk about what he wanted to get off his chest. So Roberto, talk to the people, sir.
Okay. The first time I brought this shit up, we were told that we got kicked off because we weren't supposed to say this word. So I call it the situation. Are you guys somewhat familiar with what I'm talking about when I say the situation? Starts with a C, has a number associated to it.
Yes.
Ashley, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Just checking. So I think a couple of weeks ago I was talking about me having arguments with these Jehovah Witness people who got vaccinated, who are constantly coming up to me up on my business asking me if I got vaccinated. Now I'm seeing CNN and a couple of other news authorities with this talking about the variant and how 99% of the people that are really extremely sick are the people who don't have or haven't been vaccinated. And I find that very hard to believe because, I mean, not a day goes by where I'm not hearing something where the government has a paid ad trying to get me vaccinated. It's constant. It's constant. And now you want to tell me that 99% of the people that are sick from this variant are people that haven't been vaccinated yet? And I'm supposed to believe it's 99%. You couldn't say 82.7 or 76%. 99. And CNN is the culprit who keeps emphasizing it over and over and over again. That's why I was saying that article that Danny sent, I question the credibility of it because it's from CNN. How do you guys feel about what I'm saying with this world domination of pushing this vaccine on people?
I'm not comfortable with it, man. I mean, for me, I have health issues that are
Immune
neurological.
issues?
Yeah, immune and neurological.
Yeah, you got to stay away from that shit.
So, and I'm skeptical for the same reasons you just said of like, they don't seem to care that Taco Bell doesn't need to be closed down, McDonald's, cigarette store, liquor store, nobody's talking about vitamin D or eating healthy. Like they don't care about your health ever until this comes along. And now it's like, well, we'll give you free cupcakes and donuts if you get this shot.
Even a lottery.
Yeah, a lottery. Like I'm a little skeptical of that. I don't think it's fucking Bill Gates and all this bullshit. I'm not anti-vax. Right. I'm skeptical for my own reasons. Right. If other people want to get it, that's fine. I still wear a mask when I go out. I do everything I can to be healthy and protect other people. I think COVID's real. I had it. My dad almost died from it.
Oh,
but
my parents had it too. I believe it. It's
for
there.
me, I just want to retain the right to make that decision for myself. That's all I ask. If people can respect that, then I got no issues. But like you said, I mean, CNN and Fox News, dude, it's like two sides of the same coin.
Of
to
the
me.
coin,
Yeah,
exactly.
and I don't trust either of them. So
I hear you. MSNBC. Where else could you go?
Sorry about that. All right,
Anybody
so
else got an opinion on that? Yellow doesn't know.
Ashley,
As a medical professional, I worked,
Oh, nice.
with COVID patients in the hospital. I worked at a testing site. And for me, the thing is, do I believe the number is inflated? Absolutely. Do I think that people should be vaccinated? Absolutely. But also, I'm not also someone that believes that we should be trying to force people to make that choice for themselves. I know that I'm vaccinated. I know that.
But you didn't have a choice, right?
No, I did not. But I could have made the decision because I was not working for a while in my field. I made the decision to get vaccinated, to go back to work, and that's the decision that I made for myself. But for other people, I would say get vaccinated. I've seen people die. I've witnessed this. I've seen people who came into a hospital. There was a man who was a almost 200 pounds man. When he left, he had no sense of taste, smell, and weighed 115 pounds. So it's very real, and it hurts people, and it kills people every day. There were people that we saw on a complete turnaround, and then within 2 days, they were back, needing to be on a ventilator and then died. So I would say get vaccinated, do it. But if you don't want to, that's your decision. I know that I am, and I think that everything should be opened up at this point. And then just wear a mask, because you're not protecting yourself from it, you're protecting others. And that's all I would say, that if you don't want to be vaccinated, just make sure you're wearing a mask. That's it.
and I agree with you 100%. That's a big issue that I have, is that a lot of people like to talk about how, I don't want to wear a mask and shit. And I'm like, you're just a selfish fucking bitch if you don't want to wear a mask. Like, it's not that hard. I get it. It's uncomfortable to wear a mask. People don't like it. But at the end of the day, if you're saving people's lives, like, why not fucking just put on the goddamn mask, bro? Like, for real. We have to go into stores. Any store we go into, we have to wear a mask. And I have no problems with that. If it's going to get rid of this virus and it's going to help people, I will wear that mask until they tell me I don't have to. That's just me, so.
Yeah, but applying all these conditions, I understand that our initial goal is to get rid of this thing. We want to try and get back to somewhat normal life, normality.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not following one world order. Like, if you're giving opportunity for other people to do it the way they want, that way might be fucked up and it won't go away. So no matter what we do over here, somehow what they're doing is going to reach us, because I know our borders are closed. But I could tell you my daughter's in New York. There's some Americans probably in Canada. I don't know, but I know Canadians can make their way over to the States. There's all kinds going back and forth. But how are you going to get rid of this? How did this variant from India manage to make its way to Australia, the UK, here? If borders are blocked, if borders are locked, how does that happen?
It's the same thing that we've been hearing the entire time. Borders are closed. No one's allowed to come into the country.
That's
and
bullshit,
then the very
right?
next day that they're announcing that 24 more cases have been flown in through Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you understand what borders closed means, guys.
No, what I don't understand, I know what they don't understand, but I think you can't help but think there's an agenda. There's something else. It's not like I don't believe that COVID exists. I know people are dying from it.
Mm-hmm.
But why is everything so blown and exaggerated about trying to kill this thing, get rid of it, but yet people who are double vaccinated still have to wear masks. They're still catching COVID. Okay, you're not as sick as if you didn't have the vaccine. But what is the purpose of taking the vaccine if you can still get it and you still have to wear a mask,
Because
and you still have to quarantine?
and you won't be sick for as long, and you won't have to go to
Okay,
the
I
hospital
understand
and
that. I
expend all
understand that. But
the
what's the point of the
medical
mask?
resources.
The mask.
Again, so that you less transmissible, so that it
But they
doesn't
say you
spread like
already are
wildfire the
when
way
you.
it did the first time.
But those are two of the things they say. If you get the vaccine, your symptoms are less, and you are less transmissible.
Right.
So if I'm
The
less
problem
transmissible, why am I
is
still wearing a
that
mask? And when are those masks ever going to
So that you could be
disappear?
less, so that you could be less transmissible. I don't
They're never
understand. Like, what is
disappearing. They're
it?
problem.
yellow. My point being
The
is,
problem is that the whole time they've been, even if they're always had our best interests at heart, let's take that as the truth, right? Public health officials, they're trying to keep us safe, right? They've botched so many things with the information and the response. And that's not just from the last president or whatever. We're talking about public health officials and the information. The news cycle now is like, what's the biggest headline we can get to make people reactionary? And they've done that with this too. And they've gotten things wrong. And that's made the people that were already doubting it just go further into their echo chamber, right? So it's like it's hard to even know what the truth is anymore. And I don't think you can blame people for that when they've got a lot of shit wrong. For a long time they were saying, hey, when you're outside, you got to wear a mask too. And then a couple months ago it comes out, it's like there's been 0 cases of casual transmission in outside in the open air. And it's like, well, I guess you had that wrong for a year. And I get it. Science is flexible, right? It changes as we get information. Well, don't say something as a unilateral truth if the
and how
science
many other things
can
are
be,
they
can be
jumping the gun
changed.
on?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
How many
That's
other
my only
things are?
problem with it. That's my only issue with it. It's like,
And
The
that was
issue
my
is
issue as well. It's not like
here's the
I'm
thing.
anti-vaccine.
I think there's something that's being missed here. Nobody knew what was happening, so they were given the information to keep people as safe as possible, right? And then as more information came out, then corrections were made, adjustments were made, and all of this kind of stuff. Like it's the vaccine has only ever been proven to reduce the severity of the symptoms and to reduce the amount of time that you are contagious
Sick.
for. Like that's the
Yeah.
only thing that they say.
Absolutely.
This is what it's going to do. You may still catch COVID. You most likely won't die from it. Like that's the thing that it was supposed to do. Uh, Everything else, it's like I saw somebody on a podcast. I can't remember who it was, but it's all different layers of protection to help make you more and more safe, make all of us more and more safe. That's what
I
the idea
understand that,
is,
Yellow.
right?
I understand
So
that
it's
100%.
like filters. It's like there are holes in all of the different layers, but if you stack a whole bunch of layers on top of each other, you end up more safe than if you just had 1, 2, or 3, right?
But at this rate, what I'm seeing, masks
Also,
will never
hold on, but
disappear.
before, right? But that's not really a bad thing. But most likely it will disappear
I know for stink breath
as we move
mofos, it really
forward.
isn't a bad thing.
That's what I'm just saying, right? Like somebody's got to protect us, right? We got to protect us from halitosis and gingivitis. It's a very serious problem out here. Just coffee, Jesus Christ, get out of my face with your coffee breath. Just get out of my face.
God
Right?
forbid
I'd
it's
rather
coffee
smell
breath and
onions than
cigarettes
coffee.
breath.
You feel me? But
Yeah.
like we will get to a point where we're not going to have to do it anymore, right? Because we evolve as people, our immune systems evolve. We get better at dealing with this shit, right? And viruses, the longer they live, like the longer they last, the more they evolve. Typically, the less deadly they become because, like, as a virus, it just wants to survive, right? There are extenuating cases of that, but for the most part, that's the case. Um, uh, when we're talking about people being safe, right? We have to do everything that we can as a society to ensure that the society is safe. When we're talking about mandated vaccinations, that's a different thing. There's no reason why it should ever be mandated, right? That's a dangerous precedence to set. But at the same time, encouraging people with however means that you have to encourage people to do it, that's not a bad thing, right? The problem is when you have people who are out here deliberately providing false information to persuade people to go either which way. That's the issue, right? That's the real problem because then, of course, nobody knows what to do, right? Because the people that you trust have been lying to you this whole time. Right, or the people that you trust who don't lie have made too many mistakes. The problem is that then you have those who are not good faith actors, right? Or you have people who are just trying to get the economy back up. Like, we got to get this thing done so we can get back out here and make. It's like these are not solving the problem. right? Now is all these other different kind of like motivations behind these decisions, and that's the problem. So we have to first address the misinformation. We have to do everything that we can to verify what we can know, and then don't know what you don't know. It's okay to not know some shit, right? And then when you realize what you know and what you don't know, then you can say, all right, these are the things that I can do to protect me based on what I do know, and maybe cover some of the things that I don't know. Like this idea, there's too much emotional reaction to all of this stuff, all of it, all the time, all of the people constantly with the emotional reactions to stuff.
No, but just so I'm clear, I'm not debating. I'm not anti-mask. I'm not
I'm not saying that you are.
anti-vaccine. No, I'm just talking because I see some shit in the comments. I'm not anti-mask. I'm not anti-vaccine. It's
That's
just some people like to, like I said, a new car comes out or a new TV comes out. Some people buy it right away. Some people want to wait till the bugs get out, and there's a little more validity to it. There's nothing wrong with them.
Approval.
But there's nothing wrong. But you see, when it comes to this vaccine, there appears to be something wrong with the people who are waiting. Because, again, I don't see the people who aren't vaccinated going up to people. Are you vaccinated? Do you know you're going to turn into a zombie in 6 months? Do you know what's going to happen in 2 years?
I mean,
I don't see people populating.
It's just
but I don't see it. I can only say what I see.
It's because there's less of them. There's less people who
there's
are
a
like
lot
complete
less
nut
of them.
jobs. Yeah,
I have,
absolutely, yes.
People that don't even really know me asking me, "Did you get your shot yet?" And I just look. Are you don't even know me. Like, what are you going to ask me? Did I have a coffee this morning?
I think another problem, at least in the United States, is there's a pocket of people, and some of them are political, some of them don't have any political affiliation, but they have a deep mistrust of the government, and that's been going on for a long time. But specifically the last 20 or so years, and I think that those people just can't be convinced one way or the other. Like, they make up their minds about certain things, and they're never going to listen to what the news or the media or the politicians have to say.
Just to be clear, mistrust of the government is a political affiliation. Just so that that's a political ideology.
Is that? Hold on, guys.
It's a political ideology to not trust the government.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll let you continue in 1 second. I just want to say this one was for you, Danny, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. And the second thing I want to say is Milwaukee Bucks, congratulations, bro. That's it. Now you guys can continue.
Yo, shout out to the Bucks.
I mean, I understand what Yellow's saying. I just what's the name for that?
It depends on what group you're talking about. There's a bunch of different there's the libertarians are generally mistrustful of the government, right? The anarchists, all of these. So it's all political ideology. It's just not one of the big two that we're constantly talking about, which is another problem with the way how people understand politics and how society works, is that we limit ourselves to the bullshit that we're giving, as opposed to actually looking at
I think some people see themselves as individuals before they see themselves as part of a collective.
I think people don't know what words to use, so they just they think that. But that's just me, because everybody's dumb. So
fair enough.
except for you, right, right, Yellow? Everyone's dumb except for you.
I mean, come on now. Let's do I have to answer honestly?
You are sounding a bit like Moriarty right now.
If you want to.
I'm definitely very dumb about a lot of things. It's just most of the things that everybody is dumb about, I'm not dumb about. That's the difference.
Not a problem.
Sorry,
Go
Sherlock.
Yeah, high functioning sociopath. Yeah, I get it.
Very high functioning.
I hate you all. I hate you all. I have a very distinct relationship with my emotions, guys. All right.
You have no emotions.
What emotions?
Yeah, you got
all
none,
the time.
bro.
All of the laughing that I do, I have no emotions. None.
No, we just funny. That's all.
To be fair,
respect,
Mr. Spock did laugh.
Wasn't that like a thing? Wasn't that like a special anniversary episode or some shit? He was like,
yeah.
He just chuckles.
One thing I will say to Roberto's point is especially here, is now in Quebec, right? They have this thing where, and I don't know when it's going to start, but it's like, if you don't get vaccinated, you're only going to be able to go into essential stores. So supermarkets and shit like that. So if I want to go to Foot Locker, I can't go to Foot Locker unless I show a fucking passport that shows that I've been vaccinated.
Sporting events, anything event related.
Yeah,
You
what
can't
is
go
essential out there? Because when they
I don't
declared
know.
essential stuff out here, clothing wasn't one of them.
No, exactly.
Which
That's what I'm saying.
confuses the
liquor
heck out.
stores
How is
either.
clothing not essential?
Like socks aren't essential. You
Underwear.
can't get socks.
You know
and
what
underwear,
I mean?
yeah. I had to buy the shit on Amazon. How funny is that, fun?
If you're going to insist on no shirt, no shoes, no service, then I'm sorry, it's got to be essential. And just to be fair, in response to Roberto's point, Dandelion Fluff. When I say about this whole zombie thing, I'm only 70% joking. Okay.
No, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you, man.
You almost lost my computer there. You can't do that while drinking. Come on.
Sorry.
Come on, Max.
This is for you, Dandelion. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You know, another shot. Oh, God.
And that's another thing. Blue Arrow mentions there that the UK has just opened up, like no mask, no nothing, and their cases have skyrocketed.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to come of that? I mean, there's so much incompetence regarding this fucking COVID. It's like it's never going to go away. Somebody has to be profiting hard off of this, man.
Well, this is the thing. I don't think it's ever going to go away either. The only thing I think is that we can do things to prevent it. And my question was, okay, so we're talking about the mask and we're talking about the vaccine, right? But what about if you had it already? Then do you need to get the vaccine as well? And I think Ashley's in the
You're
field, so
supposed to be immune.
She would know more than we would, right?
No,
So
okay. If you've had, that's a myth, really.
Is it?
Okay.
Really?
Yes, just because you've had it doesn't mean you can't get it again. Okay.
Okay.
I've seen people who have had it get it again and be in the hospital again. The rate, I mean, it's the likelihood of you getting again is diminished if you've had it before, but you absolutely can get it again.
You see all this fucked up information out there, Ashley? And that myth there holds some strength, huh? It's not like one or two people. Like a lot of people believe that you're immune to it once you get it.
Yes.
No. Your likelihood diminishes quite a bit, but you can absolutely get it again.
So where can you go to get guaranteed legit information on this thing?
Usually I would say go to your local. Generally, I wouldn't look at anything on the news, really, because a lot of that stuff is inflated, and misrepresented, and using scare tactics. Go to local health facilities that actually specialize in, COVID patients, COVID testing, and then the websites that they will direct you to are very important. And then if you have whoever runs, like in our country, we have, different, like in the state of Kentucky, we have the Health Advisory Board website, and all the information is listed there. And then we also have the health departments, the local health departments here on their website. It gives information, proper techniques, all of that stuff, all that information.
Is that information the same information across the U.S. or just Kentucky gives this information?
Most of it is.
Pennsylvania might give something different.
I mean, most of that information is
universal.
Universal to the United States. Yes, because
that's my question.
And the backing. Now, sometimes if you're getting away from the health related information, that's tricky because there's certain people that want to that makes it part of an agenda, so I would not trust that stuff. But anything that comes from a health professional, health organization, that's where you should get that information from.
So you said you believe that the cases reported are inflated.
Oh, absolutely. I believe things are inflated.
That's very comforting to hear from
just because I feel that they want as many people to be vaccinated, but So absolutely, I
What
believe
what
it's
does
inflated.
inflated mean though? Like, what do you mean by inflated? To what degree, I guess?
Well, let's say this. I've heard
I would
that
say
people with the
by
flu.
20%,
Yeah,
maybe.
because I heard people that had the flu were being diagnosed with COVID. So.
See, again,
Go ahead.
I don't necessarily believe that either, because I mean, maybe
There's
if
just
in the
too much
beginning,
conflicting information.
maybe in the beginning with the testing procedures, possibly, with the things that were happening with overworked, overstaffed people, and then possible a few tests were mixed up, but in general, no. We're quite capable of performing a test properly, getting those accurate results and those accurate readings, and then making sure that that stuff is documented properly. Because if you're diagnosing the flu as COVID, then you're absolutely not. I mean, that's malpractice and gets into bigger issues from a health standpoint. That is not something that I believe at all.
Do you believe that 99% number is legit?
When it comes
What was
to
the
the
99%
variant,
number in relation
They're,
to?
the
they're
variant
saying
number
99% of the people that are infected now with this variant are,
Of the new cases.
haven't had their vaccine shot. Do you believe it's 99%?
I
That's a
believe it.
very
Like I said,
fucking scary
I
number.
don't believe it's 99%. I would say it's probably closer to 78, 80%,
Wouldn't
possibly,
that
but
make
not
sense?
99%.
But you see,
That is
if they said
definitely not
78,
99%.
don't you think more people might believe it and might want to take these shots opposed to saying 99? And then you're like, come on, man. Like, you won't even give them a chance to justify it because it's so exploded. It's so exaggerated. And they keep fucking saying it. That's what's making me say,
Well-
like, is that number really true?
Every
It's
degree
a lot of
matters.
fear-mongering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just so you didn't get it, Josh.
Can I ask you
we're
guys this
talking about
question?
that 99%. They say 99% of the people that caught the new variant haven't had their vaccines yet. So
Right.
that's what we're talking about. The scare
Yeah,
tactics.
man. What do you think, Josh?
No, I was going to say that every single percent matters. So if Ashley's saying 70% versus the 99%, that's like a huge, that's,
Yeah, but
I don't know about millions of people, but it could be probably millions of people, that difference.
What they showed on the map, there's only one state in the
Can I ask you
U.S.
guys this
that
question?
isn't in the yellow. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
There is a part of me, because look, I've been living my life as if, like, taking it seriously, right? I wear a mask all the time. I've had this virus. My whole family had it. I know it's real. I'm not anti-vax. None of that stuff, right? But there is a part of me, I always follow the money when I don't believe something. And I look at, like, when it came to, like, how long the shutdowns have been going, like, who benefits from that, right? It's the big box retailers. It's the Amazons,
right.
people like that. The largest transfer of wealth in human history, the largest transfer of wealth in human recorded history happened in 2020. I don't know that I'm entirely comfortable with that. So, yeah, maybe they are trying to protect us, but I also think there are people that
There's an
monetarily
agenda
are trying
somewhere.
to benefit from this that don't give a
Exactly.
shit about anybody's health. Yeah, there's an agenda somewhere for sure. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's Bill Gates
What does that
or
mean,
some crazy
though?
shit like that.
I need you to come
but
to a conclusion
Someone's
for me.
benefiting from this.
Right, but like, what does that mean, though? Because to just
I'm not
say
saying it's
someone's
the-
benefited from this, all it
that
does is
means-
breed doubt, and it doesn't even direct the doubt in a direct.
Well,
like it doesn't.
I
even,
mean, when you're referring to they, I can't tell you who they are.
I can lay it out for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can say it specifically. Big corporations, right? Big corporations have lobbyists on their payrolls, right? Big corporations,
Let's
big
see.
box retailers, Amazon, Walmart, etc. They benefited when small businesses, competitors got shut down. Their profit margins went up, and they also happen to have the sway over the politicians to dictate policy on when their competitors can
All the
open
time.
back up.
Yeah.
And
That
I'd add
part
a
of
couple
it
more
is
companies too.
fuckery to me.
I'd add YouTube, Facebook, all social media, because once all the stores shut down, this is where we were. This is how we got on our YouTube game. I mean, most of us, let's be honest, because of what happened with COVID.
You didn't
So
see how Facebook
Google,
ads jumped out the box during COVID?
Yep. Yeah,
Every
Google
Tom, Dick, and
profits,
Harry was
Facebook
selling
profits.
something on Facebook.
I
So
can
what you're saying
guarantee
is
you,
that
no, sorry, Yellow. I'll just say I can guarantee you, Amazon has killed it for this pandemic. Amazon has
100%.
We know that they have. There's no way to argue against that. We know that they have. They've always been like they were primed for this type of situation. Absolutely. But I just want to understand what the full thought is here. The full thought is that all of these companies who absolutely benefited from the fact that nobody could leave their house want to keep people in their houses for longer so that they can keep making more and more money.
Right. And they can
keep
their competitors closed down too for longer periods. Which
because you know what? What's funny is a friend of mine told me a couple of years ago that eventually there will be no more land-based stores. Everything will be online. Everything will be, like cash will disappear. All of those things. And then you know when COVID came along, you started seeing that like people were shopping just to distract themselves. Just to get the rush of a box.
And I hate not being able to go to the store.
Yeah, you want to just get out, just to
hate not going. I'd rather go buy it than order it.
Exactly, you have a choice.
I mean,
when you buy it online,
it is the future, but
a lot of people don't want to send things back, and they know that. You get it, you don't like it. I'll try and sell it. It sits there for 2 years.
Yeah, because it's like $15. You don't want to like take the energy and the time and the effort. Like, my socks weren't the right size. Oh, well, I guess I'll get my $7 back, wrap them back up, go to the fucking UPS store or whatever, and get a tracking number, all the shit. It's the fucking socks. I'll give them to somebody.
That's to show you
smaller feet.
That Amazon is making so much fucking money. They don't fucking care. Tell them that you didn't get the socks, even though you're wearing them while you're telling them. They'll send you another pair without question. They're making so much money.
What it comes down to for me is, as a commodity, how do you think the economy views you? The economy doesn't view you as a human life. It views you as a consumer, right? Unless you're somebody that's in the process of making money from the consumers yourself, then you view people as a consumer. That's not ideally how we would live as a society, but it's the fact of the capitalist system that we live in, right? So do I think that online stores and drop shipping and all that stuff, that's the future and it's going to get bigger and bigger, and the brick and mortar stores are going to go away. The going to the store is going to go away to some degree. Yeah, it's all a virtual experience, right? But it's evolution. But their interest in speeding that up and having less competition can't be just discounted. Is all I'm saying, Yellow.
So the thing about the competition point really kind of I hit a snag with that, because for the most part, nobody is competing with Amazon, Walmart, and Target. Like, they're competing with each other. But nobody, all those mom and pops, they've been barely hanging on for the last 20 years, right? So it seems weird that they would be maintaining this like fear mongering about a pandemic that we all know is a real thing in order for them to crush their competition. That just seems like, now they're absolutely gonna take advantage of the fact that they can't, that the mom and pops can't make any money, that they have to sell their businesses. They're absolutely going to swoop in and buy all those strip malls and turn them into. That's absolutely going to happen. But that's going to happen whether there's a pandemic or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that they are willing to cannibalize what should be the backbone of our economy, I don't think that is why they would then perpetuate this, like they would perpetuate a pandemic, because that's what it sounds. It's almost as though they are. What you're saying is that they're trying to keep people from engaging with the economy the way that they used to, even though they were still the biggest names when we were engaging with the economy the way that we used to.
Well, you have to look
unless the end result is for them all to go to Mars, right? If that's what the end result is, then I fully buy in, right? That's definitely why
I guess
doing that shit.
The way I look at it is like, there's a ceiling. You reach a ceiling where you hit your profit margins and they're great, right? They're making plenty of money. They're killing it. They're the top of the game, like you said. But they do still have customers that don't use their services. They still have people that are going to alternative routes to get their goods and their supplies. And they're not looking at it as like, well, hey, we don't want those people. They're looking at it as, we're the cutthroat guys. That's how we got here. If we can do something else to squash the few bugs that are out there and scoop up a couple more nickels for our profit margins, we're going to do it. That's right, how it works.
But not orchestrate a pandemic though.
No, that's orchestrated.
That's not
you think those 600,000 people that died, they didn't want to keep them alive so that they can get their money too?
You're going the wrong route.
I didn't say they orchestrated it. No. But they have
No,
sway
but
over politicians to decide how long
absolutely,
this can
absolutely,
perpetuate.
and I don't know that that's really the way how they like. So what?
But at the time, the
right?
politicians were in power were saying the opposite, at least in this country. They were saying, let's open everything up. This is nothing. Let's everybody get back to work and let's everything be open. So I don't know if I necessarily, when it comes to that point.
The clown who just exited?
I mean, it was still
as far
happening.
as America was concerned, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying
fucking song, dun, 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 dun. That's why it was like that. Because honestly, we had so much material on you guys. If you go back and look at some of our latter shows, Josh was Captain America defending you guys because we had so much material on you. The way that clown was running the country, but now we can't say shit anymore. We're like,
Can I just say one?
We were
one
the
more
clowns
thing?
now, yay? Hey,
there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that can be said.
I just want to add one more thing.
We're talking about COVID though. How it was
when it comes to the vaccine, the same people that were the enemy 10 years ago, Big Pharma, they say, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the vaccine. I'm not saying that at all. Just putting a point out there. Who stands to profit from it are, again, big corporations that are in bed together. And, so it all works. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm just saying that from a purely capitalistic money-making standpoint, they can say it can be good for them to not have the economy open. It can be good for them to try to get people vaccinated to get the economy open. Either way, they're making money.
Well, I will say this, and I will say this too, as a Canadian, and I know how you guys have your health care, right? I know the reason why you guys don't have free health care is because of pharmaceutical companies.
Yes.
That is 100% the reason why, because they feel like that they won't make the profit that they were going to make.
Then don't they feel like they know that
they know? Yeah,
they know
exactly.
They know big money.
Yeah, exactly. So I completely understand what Film Elitist is saying. Like when it comes to your elections and stuff like that, the biggest people that have the most influence, I guess if you want to say that, is the pharmaceutical companies.
Pharma,
right?
100%.
But so
and
then
the NRA.
when they all created the vaccines, when they all created the vaccines, the governments of the world purchased the vaccines. They had the ability to negotiate lower prices for them. They had a deal. It's like, this is we're going to buy all of them, but we'll buy it for this much, right?
Good nature.
And that's a thing, and that's the kind of buying power that collective bargaining offers you, right? But I feel like people do. There's always going to be people who stand to benefit from terrible occurrences. I don't know that those corporations are of the mind to maintain that terrible situation for society, because even though they made lots of money, like the big box, everybody who can deliver anything, they made a lot more money than they did. They made a lot more money in the pandemic than they would have if there wasn't a pandemic. That's a fact. Even though that's the case, people still were spending less money. One, because they didn't have it because they weren't making it.
Maybe in the U.S.
And two, because they're not out doing stuff, so they're not like impulse purchasing in that way. Right, there's a different kind of impulse purchasing when you're buying online, but there is a difference when you're sitting in a crib and you have your cookies and cakes and shit. Then you don't really need to like pick one up while you're out and about. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
maybe that's a little insight into my personal.
The numbers will prove you wrong because Amazon sales skyrocketed during COVID.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe it's only Canada.
That did happen,
but it skyrocketed, and
But that's a lot of money that didn't go to other places, though, right?
Well, but you see how you say you can't see a corporation doing that. But you have to take into consideration the size of the corporation. What corporation is it? Maybe any fly-by-night corporation, yes. But Amazon is not a fly-by-night corporation. It's probably the biggest in the world. So if anybody could get away with doing it, I would like to think they could. I mean, the guy just shot a penis into space and nobody laughed at him.
They have their employees pissing in bottles because they can't take breaks. I'm not sure that they care entirely too much about human suffering.
No,
but
wait, hold on. Did you say that they can't take breaks? And
they have a limited amount of breaks.
Really?
Amazon employees, but also their production was down. Their amount of employees were down, and they had this big surge of things that were happening. So I think that they would have benefited more if they would have had more employees instead of having to close down specific, different sites because of COVID. They couldn't.
And a lot of those profits are because they didn't have to pay as many people,
Mm-hmm.
or because they're clearly not paying people enough. Like a lot of that stuff, it's not just people are buying a bunch of stuff. It's like people are buying a bunch of stuff, and there's less people that we have to worry about, less medical expenses that we have to take care of, all this kind of stuff that they didn't.
Oh no, they were still paying the people's medical expenses. Well, they just were at home.
I'll just give you an example.
No,
I don't
but
know
I'm talking
who
about
delivers.
The people who quit and or were laid off and fired. Like all of
the people that are laid off were still had medical expenses through Amazon.
That's nuts. That's incredibly convenient.
You see, I don't know who delivers your guys' parcel, if it's a U.S. Post or whatever, but here
it's Amazon.
There was a company called Telecom. They'll send you an email. They'll let you know they're delivering. These guys were delivering in their own cars when COVID started. If I tell you, you can't go a day without seeing an Telecom truck on the streets in this city. If you go out, you're guaranteed to see at least one. Mm-hmm. They're fucking everywhere. And this company grew within a year span to having drivers driving their own vehicles to over 1,000 vehicles in 1 year. Now tell me a company that's gross like that and why they wouldn't want to keep going on this route with this massive jump in profits.
Right.
Massive.
Because it's not sustainable.
We don't know that.
You can't lobby against every other. You can't be Amazon and lobby against every other lobbying body. Like it's just not. That's not something you can win. The only time that it really works, and we've seen this, you can follow the money, right? That's the thing. The only time it really works is when they are lobbying for similar things, which is mostly just the right to not have to pay as little in medical expenses, the not to avoid taxation and all of that kind of stuff. Like it's all of those kinds of things. There absolutely are cases of big companies lobbying to maintain, because I remember reading a story, to maintain the restrictions on smaller shops. That's a thing that happened. It also didn't work, right? So there's a lot of this stuff that it's you want to put the blame to certain places because it's what makes sense to you. But I would just suggest that you just wait and see. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the best way to go.
One more point.
We don't know. You know,
I'm a common sense guy.
No one knows. No one knows. We're not saying that we know. I'm not saying that. But another thing that is, I think, contextually important to consider here is these large corporations too. A bulk of their employees aren't even located in this country.
This is the most complicated conversation I think I've ever had, because I am so anti-capitalism that it's nuts that it seems as though I'm arguing for the corporations, and I'm really just arguing for critical thought. Yellow. That's what I'm saying.
No, I know, but I'm trying to think critically here too.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I'm just saying, I know, for anybody who may be watching, it's
a large portion of the
I don't like them either.
These companies doesn't even come from America. Right. No. And the places where they have it, like these Cambodian sweatshops and things like that, do you think that they're looking out for people's COVID safety? I'm pretty sure that they're getting around all kinds of restrictions that we have in this country. So I don't know that the people not being able to go to work in America affected them that much. That's something to consider too. Just throwing it out there.
No, it helped them. But they didn't stop people from going to work. That's what I'm saying. I just find it highly unlikely that they stopped people from going to work. Like all the outsourcing of labor has been the thing that's been happening for the last 60 years, right? And it's been getting progressively worse and worse and worse. That's a fact. There's no way that anybody can disprove that, right? All those jobs that everybody claims is going to come back, they're not coming back, man. They're going to developing countries because that's where you could get as close to, and often including, slave labor, because that's how capitalism works. You have to make the most profit as possible. But Asia also was not playing when it came to COVID. They shut that shit down, bro. They were the first. All of the Asian countries were like, no, we're not doing this shit. And they shut, and motherfuckers sat in their house, and the numbers went down. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are some countries that I don't think we can trust the numbers coming out of them, but for the most part, you can see, it's based on all the data, that they was not playing. And since then, there has been spikes, but nothing like what it was the first time around.
Gotcha. And Matt, what do you have to say on the subject before we move on to Josh's topic?
Damn, my topic had some fire to it, huh?
Hey, that's what we're here for, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm freezing for. Like, I'm having a good show,
weird.
and I'm like, everything is good, and now I'm fucking freezing.
I say, man, you're holding that pose nice. I can't hold a pose that long.
It's fucking pissing me
I
off.
thought you
It's a
and Mads were
1 year
posing.
curse, man. It's
But
a
Mads
1 year
blinked,
curse.
you did it.
We're all
You know what I
cursed.
mean?
I had my audition, and you had your freezing. It's all like. Yeah.
And please, Josh, I don't want to say it's a 1 year curse because we don't want to say it's a 1 year curse, but fuck it, you know, it's fucking up.
Yeah,
but it's all good. Mads, what do you have to say on the subject before we move on to Josh's topic?
Yeah, I dropped it in the chat. Honestly, at this point, Scooby-Doo makes a whole lot more sense now. With all of these experts being out of work, and there's always these shut down factories and amusement parks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
familiar? Yeah, Scooby-Doo makes sense now to me. I'm just saying.
Oh shit! All right, Josh, what did you have to get off your chest, my brother?
All right, man. Yeah, dude.
Oh, before you start, you got the email I sent you, right?
Yes, I did. I downloaded all the stuff. We'll go over it backstage.
Cool.
Yep. And I'm on the premium account, so we can all.
What? Look at you, baller!
I know, man.
I thought you were going another route.
I'm doing it monthly, I'm doing it monthly, not annually. So
That's the way to roll. No one knows how long we're gonna last.
Well, we're not Onzo, so Onzo probably has the yearly.
No, he's doing monthly too, man.
Oh, yeah,
I'm doing monthly, bro. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right.
You think Canadians are ballers or something?
Well, Onzo, you've been streaming for a while, so I think you kind of screwed up, man. Like you technically.
I should have did the year. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, but so no, China, man. The stuff that they're doing with this facial recognition software is crazy. I was going to talk about it last week. So there was a story about the Kodak company, the Kodak building. They say that if there's facial recognition software, that if you're not smiling, they'll know it and they won't let you in the building to work. And they also use facial recognition software for a few other things. Like I know that over there, that kids can't game after a certain time. And if the game sees that it's a kid, it will shut off and log it off. So my question is to the panel is like, how far are we from this type of crazy tyranny?
Far away, yo.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Far away. That shit ain't even happening in Canada, yo.
Because based off of what I've seen with wait, was that for me, Yellow? Are you talking about me?
What
I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of here? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that was you. Yeah. Also, like, why is your chin missing? Can I get a little bit of framing on you, or is that not a thing?
It's the way I'm sitting. So
your camera is a little high.
Yeah, there, bring your camera down, bro. There you go.
Yeah. This is about knowing me where you are. This is what I got comfortable with.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. What do you guys think?
Hey, man, I think we're right there, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Huh?
Maybe Canada.
No, not even Canada.
Right.
You don't
not even Canada.
I think we're okay there, brother.
You don't think
that's a communist country?
Very close.
Communist country,
well,
yo.
Okay, so I do have to make a distinction. China's not really communist. They are definitely government-controlled capitalism.
They run their shit like a communist country. Yeah. If you want to have fucking cameras up people's asses, see how many hairs they got.
They also have like a social credit system where if you
that is Red Scare stuff. That is all like it's a different.
But that shit ain't coming here, Yellow. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's facts.
I call it communism. You have degrees of communism.
Use the right words for stuff.
I calls it communism. I get along with it. I like it. They're fucking communists. They're not extreme communists.
Is absolutely why it's never coming here, though. So I fully 100% agree with your point.
That's all I wanted to know.
That's just not the right.
That was my plot. You know, sometimes I say Chinese when I mean Asian. You know, it's not my intention. I just fuck up like that because I'm making this millennial adjustment. It's taking time. You know, when I think I got it, I don't. Like I argue with my kids every time I try and talk to them. They're like, "Come on, Dad. It doesn't matter how you grew up. It doesn't matter how you were taught or what you thought." Yeah. That's what I go through. So excuse me if I get a little frustrated at times.
They should be more understanding that you're old, though. That's
understanding.
Definitely a thing that we need to
listen, again, When I say their generation, their shields come out, their swords, they're in full battle mode as soon as I specify. So I don't know how to start a conversation.
So what was the
my people grew up differently than your people? Is that gentle enough? Like, fuck, man. You know?
Phil Elise has a question. What did you ask, Phil?
I was just trying to make sure I had Josh's question right. What exactly was the question?
About like, are you guys afraid of like what do you guys think about what they're doing over there? You know, and
I mean, I think
they would come over here. What were we saying?
Listen, man, I play 2K, right? And that face recognition on that shit, when you fucking do the app and you put your face on there and shit, it is on fucking point. So I'm gonna sit there and say yes, regardless of whether it's US is different than Canada, right? Canada may be way far behind, but when it comes to US, I think that is possible. Maybe not to the extreme as what China's doing, but face recognition, they are going to fucking know every single body by your face. Satellite dish will pop up and boom, they can find you. It's
they already do.
So you think it's more likely to happen in the US than Canada?
Well, no, here's what I was going to say.
I think the opposite.
Really?
Man, you can't even tell these guys to stay home. You're going to put cameras on them?
Bro, it's already here.
Let film this shit off.
Roberto?
What's up, man?
I got you.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, it just comes back and slaps the brother. You know?
Whether people want to admit it or not is another thing. But if you just want to do the research, and this is not like some kind of like 4chan shit, like you can do the research into what makes your technology operate the way it does, and how that affects your privacy. Like we're already fucked, dude. Like if you care about your privacy, you're already fucked in America. Like your TV watches you, your cell phone, they know where you're at, geolocation at all times. If the government has any interest in what you're doing, they already know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Josh.
Could they do it if I had a flip phone?
First off, Josh, gummy time. Take your gummy, bro. Roberto, there's your question.
Not to the same degree, but they could still track you. The only thing,
as long as it has a chip in it.
Yeah, like a track phone, like a burner phone, you can use that and then throw out the battery and stuff. But yeah, if they really want to know what you're doing, they know what you're doing, dude.
That's why they got rid of those fucking Motorola's that they couldn't track.
Yeah,
that's why they got rid of Motorola.
They still that's how they do it.
Motorola had their own network, right? That's why you can get encrypted phones with them. Yeah, back in the day, you had encrypted phones with Motorola. You buy burner phones every month. They can't track them, and all of a sudden, Motorola shuts down.
But Motorola can still track it, though, right?
No, what you would do?
It's a matter of making the deal with the corporation.
No. What you would do, Yellow, is you would buy a prepaid phone, right?
Oh, so you don't remember the burners?
Yeah, the burners are prepaid
yeah, but
phones.
Those can still be tracked, is what I'm saying.
But the information that you can put to activate a burner phone or paper, it can be totally someone else's information.
It's bullshit, right? So it's harder, but you can still locate people. I mean,
where they are,
away and leave, and it's like, but you can also throw.
If
away
that was the case, I know a lot of people that would not be living a normal life.
I think
I find that hard to believe.
MEO just brought up
it's just they didn't care about the things that they were doing. They weren't. It's not that's a national threat type of situation. Your local weed man does not give a fuck about that guy.
No, not local weed man.
Don't give a fuck about that guy.
Not local. Not the guy selling nickels and dimes. Yellow. I mean, I wouldn't waste your time with that, right? I'm talking about people who would spend that money to get that phone every month, like a whole organization to get those phones. It's not a guy selling dime bags, right?
Yeah, right. But that was me being reductive. Absolutely.
I hear you.
They don't care, is what I'm saying.
Tennis.
Also, they probably are making money off of that guy too, right? You see, so it's
100%.
Like the real bad guys are the guys who they're employing this type of technology. One, because it's so fucking expensive, you know.
Is that Josh?
Also, Josh, can you clean your room later or?
And Josh,
I'm looking for something. That's what I'm doing, man.
I know, but it's like mad.
Okay.
I'll mute it. I got it.
And Josh, I don't know what you did, but you put the time for Game Changers wrong. So make sure it's at 12. But I want to hear what Ashley and Mads have to say. Go ahead, girls. Ashley first, then Mads. Go ahead.
I mean, sure. I don't. Technology, it advances, it creeps into your privacy, but I don't know, I guess I don't think about it that much, really.
Really? So your phone, basically, if you have the location on it, you put the location on, don't care, nothing?
No, it's off. It's not on, but like I don't walk around and fear people tracking me in my life. No.
So if I ask you this, then, if you don't fear, why is your location off? Just asking.
I mean, I just don't have it on. Yeah, I mean, I don't think about it.
He's calling you.
I don't think about it, really. I don't. It's because I never turned it on.
Because what I'm saying is you actually have to turn it off, right? I don't know if you have an iPhone or what phone you have.
I have an iPhone.
You have an iPhone? Okay, so do I. Mm-hmm. So with the iPhone, you have to actually turn it off, right?
But my son actually turned it off. I didn't.
The latest one, you still have to turn it off?
I didn't do it. He did it.
Okay. So your son's on point. You just don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like I just don't think about it. It's not like something I go around like, oh, are you tracking me? Like,
I get it because I do it too.
Not something I worry about, really. Maybe I should, but I don't.
No, I get it because I do it too. I turn off my fucking location. But at the end of the day, I could sit here with my phone off, not using it, and sit there and fucking talk about getting an air conditioner and then pop on Facebook and I get pure ads for air conditioner.
Yes, I hate that. I hate that. Like when you do Google something and you get these dumb ads, like based off things that you've looked. I'm just like,
It's ridiculous, man. But
ad blocker on. Like I just,
Yeah, I agree. I have ad blocker for my Mac. I don't have a lot of it for my iPhone, which I should get because it's just ridiculous when it comes up to that. It sucks, man. And the first time I realized it, I was talking about getting something. I can't remember what it was. Maybe a new TV at the time. And then next thing you know, I went on Facebook and all I seen was ads for TVs. I went on Instagram. All I seen was ads for TVs. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? So I turned off my location, but even turning off your location doesn't matter because your phone tracks you no matter what. They can, whatever they do on your phone, you can turn off your location, but they can still find your fucking app.
You can pull your battery out.
And like, I really like, I guess also I'm like, I'm boring. Like, what do I do? Like, go to work.
You see, that's
like,
another.
You really are, so.
Yes, that is another thing too, right? Because it's like, I personally don't do nothing special in my life to be like, oh no, they can't track me because I'm going to fucking do this big fucking $1 million deal, right?
I know, right? I'm not on the secret. I don't go on secret missions and like,
So
I'm not,
it doesn't really make a
hero
difference.
or thing. Just
but it's just weird that they do it. Mads, what do you think?
Well, first of all, hell yeah, I turn my location off. I have ex-boyfriends. I don't want them knowing where I am, so I make sure there's no geotags on my pictures.
Okay, I get it.
But if you see sharing my screen, I'm going to freak everybody out in the chat. Because you guys want to talk about scary technology? I got you.
There you go.
We good?
Yeah, you're up there.
Yeah, researchers at the University of Colorado Boulder have developed a new low-cost wearable device that transforms the human body into a biological battery. Does this sound familiar?
Matrix?
No. Yeah.
Yes, Matrix.
Is that the thing?
Yeah, Matrix.
Yes. You wear it like a ring, a bracelet, or any other accessory that touches your skin, and it turns the person's natural heat. Again, this is exactly what they mentioned in the Matrix. Employing thermoelectric generators to convert the body's internal temperature into electricity.
That sounds super dope.
Yeah, I
wouldn't get to the plot of Matrix right there.
Yeah. I was just about to say the same thing because I've been places many times where my phone is about to fucking die, and if I had a little ring on me where I could just pop on the ring and charge my phone, I'm good. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if I'm really like opposed to that.
See, I am. I'm not trusting of the government.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
but
that.
Like, they don't have, there's no way to transfer the energy through the area. Like when we can like have like wireless energy to that extent, then maybe there's something to be concerned about, right? But like we don't,
Well,
that's not a thing.
here's the question I have is, obviously there are a lot of people that say, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what do you care, right? Like I don't care that they're
No, that's
watching me.
trash. Yeah,
Right,
that's trash.
because I'm curious why people would think that. Why wouldn't the question be, why are they watching me in the first place? Wouldn't that be the real question?
Well, we know why they're watching, right?
Yes, that is the question. And that's the thing, right? Yeah, because more or less, I know a lot of conspiracy theories and all that bullshit, but it's about to get your spending habits and what you spend your money on so that you can spend more money. That's basically what it is. Like if you go look at the history of credit cards were created for college students so that they could pinpoint what they were spending most of their money on, and then they found out it was profitable, and that's how credit cards became a big thing. But basically a credit card was mostly to track what college students were spending their money on. So I can understand that, and I can understand people's concern about it, but at the end of the day, it's really about, like Yellow said, capitalism.
It is, but then you have the situations where it's like someone like Edward Snowden, right? Or someone that's a journalist that wants to break a story, or they're investigating something and they get targeted by the government using this technology, and that's where it gets tricky, right? Because it's like, it's definitely created to mass collect data to advertise to people.
It's not tricky. It's nasty both ways. It doesn't matter who's doing it.
Well, that's what we mean. Yeah, when we say tricky, it's nasty.
I think that's the part of it that is super concerning, because it's like the freedom of the press is so important. The freedom of information is so important, and when the people can't have access to it, when you can target journalists and things like that, that's where I start getting really uncomfortable. And it's like, yeah, obviously there's a lot of bullshit conspiracy theories on the internet. We all know that, right? But when stuff from a science fiction novel starts coming true, I think it's worth paying attention to, at least.
I agree with you 100%. And I'll say this first. Big up Project Prometheus, LDG. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's probably because I had like 5 shots already. But LDG with his Project Prometheus is basically, his idea is give power to the people from the internet, right? So instead of the internet making money off of you, you make money off of the internet. Big up to Project Prometheus for that. The second thing I wanted to say is, and I know a lot of you have probably seen that movie Enemy of the State.
Yes.
Classic when film. That movie came out, the shit that they showed in that movie did not exist, right? You were like, oh my God, they're tracking him by his phone. Years later, we have all of that shit.
Or it did exist.
Yeah, it probably existed in a certain degree, but we didn't know about it, right? And that movie brought it to life. And then it's like, holy shit. And now you see people with little fucking pocket pens that have camcorders on them and all types of shit, right? So a lot of the things that we watch in movies have come through. And this is the thing, I'm like, yo, it's crazy, because it gets to the point where entertainment kind of becomes reality, you know? So
sci-fi is always the great precursor to science truth.
A little bit, I agree.
Science fiction can become science fact.
Yes, it can, 100%.
From the Star Trek fandom perspective, you know.
Fuck Star Trek.
I'm sorry, nobody's really figured out how to, make the Force work, darling.
I have the Force. I get it working. I just can't show anybody, but I do have the Force. It absolutely works 100% with me.
Let's see it.
I have the Jedi mind trick. I have all of that. No, I can't do that on stream because then I'm going to bust myself. You know what I mean?
Alcohol does?
It might have been the day. You never know.
I never knew this about you, Anzo. You have the Force suddenly. Man, I gotta come on more often, come online and find out more about you, right?
No word of a lie. The alcohol is hitting right now.
I know it is. It's all good, right?
This is where I remind the chat, it's $10 shot night, so let's get these boys lit.
I agree. I am 100% in agreement.
Josh hasn't taken that brownie yet, though. I don't think I haven't noticed that, Josh. Not the brownie,
I can't find it. I'm looking for it.
Oh, that's what you're looking for?
That's what I was looking for.
Shit.
Actually, are you
I
didn't want to disturb Yellow because I know the sound was a bit much.
Ashley hasn't smoked
enough. The rest of the audience.
Ashley hasn't smoked enough. I seen her take like 2 draws during the stream, and that
I
was
was
about it.
smoking a lot earlier.
You didn't see
You
how much
feeling
smoke
nice
she
right now?
disappeared twice.
Bro, let me tell you this.
I gotta get this other pen.
Plus, I
charge
gotta
that
be
one.
functioning for game changers. I don't want to be putting the outro as the intro and shit. You know what I mean?
Like I did.
Or whatever the fuck. Well, yeah, I probably still would put the outro as the intro. I'm not gonna lie, but I have a better chance.
I will say this: I have streamed a lot with Ashley, and I know when she's fucking high. And right now, she's in a good mood. She's not high, but when she's high, I know it, bro. And you see those eyes, man, and those eyes are like, yeah, you know, passing out on streams and shit. So you need to stop.
One time.
It wasn't once.
You smoked some indica one night.
What did you say?
Once. That was
Yeah,
twice.
It was twice.
I wasn't there for the first time, and I witnessed it myself. So,
bro.
Okay, I'm just going to say
It's at least 2 times.
Dandelion Fluff makes an excellent point in the chat.
Which did she
Anzo's
say? Where
force
is it?
is saved for his OnlyFans.
Ooh.
But I will.
Anzo's stream will get shut down if he starts showing his force. Yeah, that's exactly right. I can't do that shit. You know what I mean?
What do you think, Anzo, about the the conversation about crypto and things like that?
Cryptocurrency?
Yeah, and like how it could change things.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm investing heavily into it, man.
I know
on it every
Roberto
week.
and Josh have invested heavily in it. Well, Josh, I don't know if Roberto, but I've been doing my research on it, and I'm a fan of it. You know what I mean? I want to find one of those ones that you can buy low and it just blows the fuck up. That's what I've been looking for. I have the apps on my phone. I watch it every fucking day to see what's going on and which ones are going up, which are fluctuating. But I know a lot of people have issues with the cryptocurrency. Like, oh, you can't get your money.
They don't know it.
Exactly.
That's why they're uneducated.
Currently, yeah, the one that I'm looking at the most is Ethereum. I have
That's
some XRP,
the monster right there.
but Ethereum, that's the network that most of these coins run on. So it's the big one. It's
Ethereum
right after
is
Bitcoin.
chasing the big guy. So in order to
which is
the
Bitcoin.
big guy, yes,
Bitcoin. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why
I mean, they're so
Ethereum right
far.
now,
There's the only thing is that there's only going to be X amount of Bitcoins. There's so few. If you look at the God, I forget what it's called. Go to CoinMarketCap, check the supply. There's so few Bitcoins compared to how much Ethereum, and then there's all the other coins that there's so much of. It's all about supply and demand. So
my
Bitcoin
biggest
is the pioneer.
mistake was not getting into Bitcoin when I first heard about it. It was like at less than a penny when I heard about Bitcoin. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to spend $100. I completely said it. I said, I'm going to spend $100 and buy this shit because you never fucking know. And I never did it.
Anzo, I will say this though, you can't feel too bad. I was in the same boat. I heard about Bitcoin before too, and there were all types of scandals. They came to fruition. They made Bitcoin crash a bunch, but also there were a lot of faulty wallets. So, dude, you could have had $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, put it in a faulty wallet, and then just lost all your money. Then you kick yourself even harder.
You know what? I completely understand that, but at the end of the day, it was like only $100 I was planning on spending. So I'm like, if I lose $100, I lose $100.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So,
Sure.
But the potential that $100 could have given me with the Bitcoin, I'd be a millionaire right now.
Multi-millionaire.
Yeah,
easily.
Well, they always make the joke about, I don't know if you guys know about the $10 million, well, now it's probably like a $100 million pizza. Somebody actually made a transaction. They bought pizza with Bitcoin in the early Wild Wild West days. I think they paid like 10 Bitcoin for one pizza pie or something, man. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anzo, I'll say this, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead.
You don't have to get rich. Just buy the dips, dude. Just follow the economics.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I own my own business, right? So I do my shit online, and I've been independent for the last 2 years. And I'm not looking, hey man, if I make $70 million or win the lot or something like that, more power to me. I'm not looking to get super rich. It's just as long as I can live a life where it's not paycheck to paycheck, which I've been doing in the last 2 years, it's fucking amazing to me. You know what I mean? That shit is,
brother.
No, that shit is amazing to me.
I'm
You're
working
not
on
living to paycheck. You can buy whatever you want to. You know, money's coming in, whatever. It's amazing to me. I'm not looking to be that multi-millionaire guy. I just want to live comfortably. That's all I ever want in my life, you know? So
I'm living like 2 months to one or whatever, where I can save a month and then pay all my bills with the other month. So I'm trying to get there where I can be like 3 months ahead, 4 months ahead, etc.
Yeah, but you have the best job ever, Josh.
But it's true, but you know what I'm saying? Financially, like. But yeah, the only thing I'd say to Film Elitist about buying the dips is you got to be on that shit. You got to be in front of the screen, and that's what I did in 2017. I sat there in front of the screen, made a little bit of money, try to read the Fibonacci scale and all that shit. Dude, I don't even want to do that. I want to put it in, set it, and forget it, and maybe in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you go in and look, and it's like fucking $2 million, and you're like, holy shit.
Because if you do it every day, you could miss. You could like, oh, it's time to sell it all. And then it's like, oh, wait, I fucked up. It just went up in a tremendous amount. You really have to be on it.
It's like the stock market.
I guess it just depends on how you look at it.
No, it's like the stock market, right? It'll go up, it'll go down. The only thing that I have is getting the money out. So I know you guys are into it. I haven't bought any coins yet in any certain way. So if you guys can explain like how you get the money out or how that works, Roberto, Josh, that works.
Yeah,
it hasn't been easier.
Oh no, it's very easy. You go to Coinbase.com, set up your account. It will be in your account.
There's vendors now you can go to.
You can go to Robinhood too, but I don't trust them because
it's just a matter of the fees. Some guys are going to really take advantage of you with the fees because of your lack of knowledge of how to get your money.
There's fees all over. Every time you make a trade, there's going to be a little small fee, no matter what exchange you're on.
Now you can get a credit card and pull out money.
Shit, they have Bitcoin ATMs now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. When I seen that, that's when whatever they tell you.
You see it on TV
Bitcoin
now,
is legit. No, bro.
Yeah, there's commercials for cryptocurrency on TV.
The minute you fucking see an ATM machine that lets you take out Bitcoins and turn it into cash, that's when you know it is legit. The biggest issue with Bitcoin is that the government cannot regulate it and they cannot make money off it. And that's why they try to make it seem like it's some bullshit.
Well, they're really trying with Coinbase. Yeah. They're really trying to regulate it.
Yeah,
but
they're trying.
Just keep in mind with an ATM, you take out that $20, it might be $1,000 next week. So
they also they also just jacked up the capital gains on crypto here in the United States. So that's not great for investors. But it is what it is.
And do anybody else know anything about it? Do you guys have any information about that? Mads, Ash, Yellow.
What I tell you,
I don't own crypto. I just own stocks. So
you go to a bar, you spend $100 on drinks. That $100 is gone. No, I'm just giving an example. You go to a restaurant, you spend $150, it's gone. When I tell people to invest in cryptocurrency, I tell them to go with that mindset. You'll have less stress.
Bro, I went to a restaurant for my birthday, and I kid you not, food for me and another person, right, cost me $88.
With alcohol,
without alcohol. That's without alcohol.
I had one drink. No,
one drink each.
Oh, okay.
I had a Heineken, and she had
one drink each, right?
Mixed drink, yeah. $88.
You have you have 2 drinks. It's easily over $100 anywhere you go.
Yes,
we call that hyperinflation.
It was fucking crazy. I was like, holy shit, man. Birthdays, it was fine. But at the end of the day, if I could have taken that money and put it into like something that can make money, I'd have been fine with that.
Hey, Anzo, did you have a good memory though? Did you have a good date? Did you enjoy it? Will it last a lifetime?
Oh, my birthday was fire.
There you go, man.
You know what the problem is with cryptocurrency, Anzo? And it even happened to me. It's like people come up to you and tell you, you have $1,000 you don't care about. Maybe you don't, right? Mm-hmm. But you don't have to spend $1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
You could put $50 a day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It'll still equate. Like you said, it fluctuates.
I'm trying to do like 100 a week now.
$50 could turn into $100 in a matter of minutes.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, it's a lot of money that he put, but I watch Fresh and Fit podcasts. Yeah. I watch them sometimes. And one time he did a podcast about his Bitcoin, right? He put in $20K, but his Bitcoin, no, it wasn't Bitcoin, it was something else. But whatever it was, he put in $20K. He showed his numbers. It was at $95K at the end of the week. And I was like, holy fuck, you know, like you got to do
Probably
your research into it. I don't.
Well,
what I love
yeah, go ahead.
about Bitcoin is not the everybody's I'm gonna get rich quick or I can get rich or there's a way for me to make money. What I love about Bitcoin is it's the people taking back the power of how currency works.
That's the whole
fucking
ideology.
beautiful thing about it. Like
Yeah.
that is the most even it's like early stage capitalism. In the beginning of capitalism, it really was a good thing because it didn't get corrupted yet by the greed. I think it's inherent that capitalism is going to get greedy. There's no way to avoid it, right? The problem is we put in checks to prevent it from getting greedy. I think Bitcoin is doing that exact same thing right now, that it is allowing for people to create a currency that is not controlled or it's not prone to inflation, or it's not like manipulated by any of these major powers. Now, I think that is starting to change now that it's becoming more and more validated, right? But if there's a way for it to maintain that kind of, I don't know, it's not really exclusivity, but freedom, I guess.
Independence.
Then it will be, I think it will prove to be one of the greatest achievements in human history.
And what's great about that,
right now,
is like you were saying, you know, as it's getting more popular and stuff, and the technology can be corrupted to some degree, there are other cryptos that they're working on, and eventually they're going to perfect one that is completely anonymous. Like Monero right now is just working on that.
And if you can get that, and if you can get that low, like very low, you will be fucking balling at the end of a year.
But look, Anzo, like Mio once said, you can stake crypto now. So you're making crazy interest off of your money. And that's your money.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's
proof of stake.
thing
That's what Ethereum's moving to. They're moving to proof of stake. So you can...
That's the important thing to remember about investing, because I wish I would have known this when I was 19 years old, whether it's stocks,
you and me
cryptos,
both. You and me both.
You know, stocks and bonds, whatever, man. Don't put your money in the bank except for what you need for liquid stuff to pay your bills, because the interest rates in banks are dog shit. Your money is losing money compared to the market, dude. The housing prices, just think about this watch it for a year, how the housing prices, the price of foods, goods, supplies go up as your money sits there and loses value. You have to invest if you want to keep up with the market around you, because the economy is not built for you, man. You know, you gotta play the game.
The banks are using our money. They're betting with our money, putting it into the Fortune 500s and all that nonsense. So it's like not. Yeah, I know it's protected up to 250,000 or whatever, but you know it's not the best place to put it. What do they say now? Savers or losers? You know, you got to put your money somewhere and invest. I guess so. But also, I was gonna say,
I waited for him to talk. You know,
the crypto
alcohol was kicking in.
It extends not only through the cryptocurrencies, but the blockchain technology. I think will be used for other things like voting and different things like that, because it's so good, so solid.
It's the way to go. Like everything else we talked about, you have to evolve. If you don't, you get left behind.
Yeah.
Again, my friend came up to me, what was it, 2-3 years ago, and it reminded me of that fucking Simpsons episode where what's his name came over and said, you know, Homer, invest a bit of money in my invention. You can make some money. And Homer's like, yeah, shut the fuck up, whatever. And sure enough, his invention blew up. A friend of mine came up to me and asked me to invest in Potcoin.
Okay.
And at the time, I was, you know, in a bad place financially. So the more he asked me, the more I was getting pissed off because he knew my financial situation.
Right.
But, you know, sure enough, time passed, and 2 years passed, and I show up at hockey one day, and I'm seeing all these fucking new cars. And I'm like, okay, what's going on, you know? I go in the room. Sure enough, my buddy's there. Bro, it happened. It was like 1/100th of a penny, and it went up to like 60 cents.
What was Dogecoin?
Yeah.
No, Potcoin.
Oh, Potcoin.
Guys that invested $1,000 suddenly had like, you know, I don't know, 50, 60,000. Yeah, they were up there. I couldn't really give you the numbers, but guys were buying cars and houses and demolishing it because they didn't really earn this money. You know, it's just like They found a wallet with fucking $600,000.
And that's the beauty of these kind of cryptocurrencies and things like that. The people determine its value, right? And that's what we did with everything else. It's just then, you know, corruption sets in, and only the people with the most of it get to determine its value. And that was always a thing, even in barter and trade. The king was like, nope, that doesn't mean anything here. Goodbye. So that's always been a problem. But like the beauty of the people being able to determine the value of the people's currency is, I think that's the most remarkable thing about.
Well, obviously, the people who are going to lose from it are going to create fear and hate to try and
every time
deter it, right? And like computers, you know, how many people said computers is the devil? Computers will never last when they first came out. Don't get into computers. And the people who didn't fell victim because the people who did learned how to exploit them and take advantage through telemarketing, right?
And another thing is
absolutely.
that you have like the hedge funds, right? These big money managers, right? These people are putting out a lot of the fear mongering about, oh, you know, for the average person, don't invest in crypto, it's a scam, whatever. Meanwhile, they're buying up tens of millions of dollars worth of it.
Yes, backdoor.
So all you have to do in economics is realize that the game is rigged and follow the people that rigged the game and make the moves that they do instead of being a pawn on the chessboard to take control of your destiny.
Yeah. That's totally what happened. That's what happened with GameStop. Yeah, GameStop, AMC, all those.
You heard what they said, though, right? Oh, all this stuff that these people are doing, it's unethical. They did the same shit you did for hundreds of years. They did the same thing you're doing right now. They just did it with a stock that you didn't care about. Interesting.
Absolutely. And I want to say this, Rogue Comics, Mike, thank you for popping in. He said, hey, y'all, congratulations on the 1 year anniversary. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I don't know why my computer is acting up on the fucking 1 year anniversary. It's pissing me off, but we still gonna roll like we do. You know what I mean? Does anybody else have any? Actually, let me ask this before we close up. Ash, Mads, Film Elitist, or Yellow, do you guys have anything that you want to get off of your chest? Crickets, really? Come on, there's got to be something, guys. Let's go.
I only complain about the same things, like people being dumb, people being too emotional, and like, you know, not being able to have a good time. So I don't really got anything in particular that doesn't fall under those three categories.
Let me ask you this, since I have you on the stream. LDG actually kind of agreed with what you were saying when you were talking about the belief thing, and he actually wanted to do like a little clip of you talking about it and explain certain things, try and maybe make it into a way where people can understand what you were saying. Are you okay with that? Or
I don't understand the question. The question is, can you take the recording that we did of me and chop it up and shit like that? I don't give a fuck. It's out there for the pub. That's not mine no more. I gave it to the people. The people do what the fuck they want with it. Absolutely.
Got you. Yeah, that's what he said. He wanted to take a video of it. He wanted to clip it. All right, cool. Anybody else got anything? Ashley,
what up, Harold? Respect.
What up, Harold?
I did a rant on my earlier stream, so I wasn't really expecting to be on here, so I don't really have anything prepared. But like I said, I ranted on my stream earlier about the whole "I'm not Starfire" thing. And am I roboting? Is that it?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. About the whole "I'm not Starfire" thing and how everyone's freaking out about the most inconsequential thing when there's so many other things to complain about. But that's just my gripe.
I seen the video on that. I never watched it. So if you want to explain what the "I'm not Starfire" thing is,
I don't know what's right ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a comic book that's actually been put out by, and I'm drawing a blank on the woman's name, and I am apologizing for that, but it is largely a self-insert where the book is centered around Starfire's teenage daughter. Now, first of all, my first couple of points that I'm having a bit of a struggle here is, one, they don't identify that Dick Grayson is the father. We all know that's who it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
had sex with a lot of people. Well, most likely Dick, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
But the other thing is, they gave her the name of Mandy Starfire. And as somebody who has done lots of DC research, that alone is making my teeth itch. because if anything, just fire would be the last name. But again, human Earth
Is that how
name would
Starfire's
be
name works? Is she Starfire? Is that her thing?
That's the English English translation of her Tamaranian name, which is why her sister is Blackfire, and I can't remember what the father is, but again, it was suffixed by fire, and I have all of that on a video on my channel. But the whole comic book is one drawn completely trash, as everything is nowadays. So again, that's something I think could be targeted about. She doesn't have any powers. The whole thing is actually really about shaming Starfire as a mother. I mean, she spends pretty much the whole thing running around in lingerie.
Starfire.
Yes.
I buy that comic.
She spent a lot of time naked in the comics.
Yeah, no.
I buy it.
I know you'd buy it.
Nasty ass.
Wow.
But the daughter, but what everyone's focusing on is the daughter's overweight. And it's not about anything that is going completely disrespectful towards canon or anything, valid points. I mean, this is a book that they're supposedly bringing out for kids, but there is cursing in this book.
Yeah, it's so inappropriate.
Yeah.
Really?
But the fact
yeah. I think a lot of people also had the issue with the art, the author here actually kind of seems like she inserted herself into the story. I think that's a lot of people have been saying, because when you look at the character and you look at the author, they look very similar. So I know that's been a big thing too. For me, it's the illustrations, it's the lack of originality. It's like I don't care enough. I don't care if the character's overweight, but yeah, that's a big thing.
They spend a pile talking on about what colleges she should go to. This is really the storyline.
Realism, yeah, realism.
Wait, but slice of life is a giant genre in all kinds of comics and TV and cartoons and all. Like slice of life is a big thing.
Many who follow me know, and Anzo will definitely attest to this, I am generally the eternal optimist, especially when it comes to DC.
Is this the comic?
This is a comic.
Yikes.
Yes.
That's the comic?
That's the comic.
That's a comic, yes.
The one with the black hair is
talking about.
Starfire.
It's interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Does she have powers or no? Whatever.
No.
Okay.
What they're advertising is no, she does not have powers.
Okay.
I actually saw the trailer for this. There's like a little trailer, right?
Yeah,
that's the part that was like, if you watch that trailer, it just doesn't look good. I don't have any specific comments on the overweight thing or whatever. But
anything DC, this is trash.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, to me, it just doesn't. I'm not. It's not. This is like a compelling. I'm not compelled to want to read this. To me, it doesn't. The art is.
I'm with you. I'm all for. This is trash. Let's call it what it is. But put the focus where it should be, not on the misdirection that is her weight. Put it on the storyline. Put it on.
Oh, okay.
I agree.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
I agree completely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think there's a lot of things in these comics and stuff that people focus on that are not really important to be focusing on. You know what I mean? Like, who cares about her weight? Like, come on, bro.
A lot of people, apparently.
If you want to focus on the writing or the story or something like
don't
that,
like fat people. So.
Well, they fucking idiots, bro.
Yeah.
New kind of bullies out there, yo. New kind of bullies.
I don't know if picking on fat people is new, but
it's not.
Well, it's supposed to be like.
I'll tell you, brother.
Everybody's so sensitive. Like you can't even say to say retard. So how could you say fat person? Obviously, you're offending somebody.
Let's get it started.
It's all about offensive, right? It's all about offending somebody.
It's supposed to be, but
it's not new.
No.
Women come in many different sizes. People have different flavors. Teach their own.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
And it's not like this comic is making any kind of statement about it. It's not like she's running around saying, I'm 700 pounds and I'm totally healthy and my blood sugar is where it should be. Like, what the fuck are people mad about? I don't understand.
That she's not attractive. That's what they're mad
It's the world we live in.
See, that's a problem, because that's a real thing in the comic and the game community too. Like, you can try to pretend that it's not, but there's a lot of sexist, weird shit going on there, man.
It's facts.
Absolutely.
And
I find that when it comes to these things, like, they don't focus on the things that are important. It's just like, you know,
the storyline.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Like, who the fuck cares? And we talked about Black Widow a lot. I don't know if Roberto's seen it. I know Josh seen it. But we talk about people complaining so much about the race bending thing. And as much as I think Black Widow was meh, that was not a problem. The race bending thing was not a problem in that. And I think
race
people focus around...
You mean gender bending?
Gender bending. My bad.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, nowadays that's an understandable mistake.
Yeah, taskmastering.
More about how they executed it, you know.
Right, exactly. That's the biggest issue, is that the character was lame. You know what I mean? But the fact that she was gender bend doesn't affect the story. It did not affect the story. It actually worked.
No, we've talked about that. I had issues. Yeah, that didn't bother me out of all of the other things it did.
Oh, Ashley, you know Josh hated Black Widow, right?
Yeah. Well, everybody has assholes, you know.
It's okay, Josh. We still love you.
Yeah, that's a great way to like truncate that phrase. Love that shit. It's great.
Sassy Ashley is the best Ashley for sure.
We got to close it up here, though, guys, because we got to go over the Game Changers next. I'm putting Josh's link in the chat if you guys want to come and check us out over there. It's much appreciated. I want to say thank you to everybody that has come in for this 1-year anniversary. I respect every one of you. I enjoy streaming with all of you guys, and I'm glad to bring you into this community as well, and mixed community as well. Ashley, Maz, Mama Bear, Phil Miletus, Yellow, thank you very much for showing up on the show. Much respect. I know Imperial Jess was supposed to come on.
I didn't see Flash tonight, man.
Oh, Flash is there, bro.
Is he? I didn't see
Flash is there. Flash is there.
I saw Caleb, but I didn't see Flash.
I highlighted.
Oh, we're doing another shot, yo. Andrea's the bomb tonight. Andrea, respect, yo.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Much appreciated. You have already gotten me fucked up already. And you're just trying to do it even worse to me tonight. Like,
you finished my bottle, Andrea. Thank you.
I'm slurring my speech and all kinds of bullshit. Josh
We're gonna talk some shit later on that show.
Josh did not take the gummy, so I'm very disappointed in that.
You couldn't find it. It's okay.
Ash has been smoking. I seen Maz Mama Bear smoking as well and drinking. So good job on that one. Much appreciated.
Wait, are those eyes on your beer?
Yellow's a lame.
You're so cute, man.
Yellow's a lame because he ain't drinking or smoking, so fuck him.
I ain't got nothing to drink, bro. If I'd have known, I'd have had something. Said I ain't got shit. I'm a lame.
Oh shit!
I'm not going to the liquor store. I'm lame because I ain't want to go to the liquor store. My fault, son. Damn, I'll make sure I keep it packed. You feel me? I keep it on deck for you, just for you, man. I'm gonna have a bottle. I'm gonna put your name on it too. I'm gonna label it, man. You feel what I'm saying? Anzo.
Facts,
anti-lame juice, you know what I mean? The special stuff.
Phil Miletus is probably too young to drink at this point, so
what?
I
have no issues with that.
You don't sound too young.
I'll say this.
I'm almost 30, man.
No, I'm just joking, man. Don't worry. I'm just fucking around.
Those days are behind
me. They let y'all drink before 30? They let y'all drink under 30 still?
Yeah, here in Texas, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Freedom.
I had a spliff, right, which I was trying to smoke, but my fucking shot that I had poured before I went to the kitchen at one point spilled and ruined the fucking spliff. The spliff is like fucking water.
That's a sign. You should be arrested for that.
That's the sign. No spliff for you. That's a spliff Nazi. No spliff for you.
What happened? You can't just dry out? Like, what's the beef?
Well, I have to wait till it dries.
You can take a lighter to it, from far away, if you want
tomorrow
to.
that spliff will be more potent.
Yeah,
It's not
tomorrow.
ruin. Yeah, word.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll
The
smoke that
lungs trying
motherfucker.
to process all that alcohol.
Hey, Anzo, is it cool if I say one
Oh,
thing before we
shit.
bounce out of here?
Absolutely, 100%.
Ashley and I are going to be doing a show Saturday night. It's a once weekly on my channel, The Film Elitist. Not sure what we're going to be talking about, but I also know that she has a stream with her Ash and Jess show to talk about Spider-Man. Who was the better Spider-Man, Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire, right, Jess? Or, I mean, sorry, Ash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tobey
What time
Maguire
is
is the
that?
best Spider-Man.
It'll be Sunday. We're still working everything out. But yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, plugging it up.
No
Respect
problem.
me, O1. Give thanks for
Absolutely.
the props.
Congratulations, great show. Thank you very much. I do respect that. I am personally proud to have all the people that I've had on the panel today. You guys were amazing. I do appreciate that 100%. I figure, 1 year anniversary, I'm going to celebrate it with the people that I love streaming with, and it's been fun, man. It's humbling experience. I love being on YouTube. Thank you for that. I am sorry about the camera freezing right now because I got to put on my avatar, but it's better that way because you guys don't see me fucked up as I am right now. So I will stick with the avatar. I'm good. You did great. Andrea, thank you for that. You basically fucked me up. Watch Game Changer if you guys aren't later on tonight. I do appreciate it. Other than that, we're going to shout out our channels. I'm going to start from the back of Film Elitist. Speak about your channel, sir. Talk to the people.
Yeah, we just talk about comic books, movies, nerd stuff, all that good shit. It's spelled just like the user handle right here. Each word is capitalized, and I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on because me and you have agreed on a lot of shit. I appreciate that. When we murdered Nerdman last night, it was fucking amazing. I loved it.
I agree,
Nerdman
bro.
with his
Fun.
fucking bullshit Star Wars fucking ranking. If you guys haven't watched it, go check out Nerdman. He has a great channel, but his rankings have been absolutely fucking atrocious. Yellow had to bounce from the fucking stream last night because he couldn't take it anymore. So Yellow, talk to me.
And I'm not even like the big Star Wars guy. Like I'm a casual Star Wars fan, but just the blatant disregard for how ranking works is I can't. You know what I'm saying, man? I mean, the fact that y'all still let him rank stuff in your presence is crazy because like he put Infinity War next to Captain Marvel when he was ranking.
I was not there. Yeah.
He put,
but Yellow does it, man.
Above Revenge of the Sith.
So stupid.
I don't know what he did.
His ranking was absolutely crazy. I think there was not one person that was on the panel or in the chat that didn't say, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?" There was not one person that didn't say that. So yeah, Nerdman's a cool dude. I like Nerdman.
He shifted into the Amber Heard territory of the crazy hot scale.
Facts, 100%. So Yellow, talk about your channel before we go.
I feel like Madge just shifted into the Amber Heard territory of the crazy hot scale, talking about how so crazy and hot Nerdman is. Like, what are we talking about?
He is eye candy, but
he ain't no Seal or no Tyrese. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
he's no Yellow. Okay,
he's hot until he opens up.
Hey, I'm the yellow simp here. I'm the number one yellow simp.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still taking simplifications.
Okay, well, mine has been accepted, so no other shall apply.
That's facts.
I will burn them all.
I have definitely a few fan clubs that I am a part of and leading.
I respect it.
Hey, I'm looking for simps too. Matt.
No, I've been your simp from day one.
Yes, you have been, but I'm not the only one you simp for it, so it doesn't make it that much special. Because I did watch. I did watch The Dark Council last night, and I saw the comments in the chats, and I'm just like, look at this shit. I need someone that's gonna simp for me and only me, not fucking Yellow, not fucking Roberto, just me. That's what I need, and I haven't found that yet.
The Dark Council first.
Well, maybe if you like The Dark Knight, maybe I would have sent for you, Enzo, but it just didn't work out like that.
The Dark Knight disrespect is crazy.
Yes,
Well, I'm gonna say this: if I have to like The Dark Knight for you to simp for me, it's not gonna happen. I can't be fake. I came on YouTube to be real as possible, and I can't be fake about the Dark Knight to make you sit for me. I can't do
Greatest
it.
comic book movie of all time.
Oh,
Okay?
absolutely fucking not.
So you could fake. You can't fake like shit, but you could fake hate shit like Space Jam 2.
No, I didn't fake that shit.
I was there. I was
I
there,
didn't
Hanzo.
fake that shit. It's your
I was there,
fault.
bro.
No, it's your
It's my
fault.
fault.
It's your
I made him
fault.
like the movie.
It's
What? I don't
your
even like the
fault.
movie, bro.
Bro,
All right, I get
okay.
it.
So if you go back, I deleted the stream, which I shouldn't. But if you go back and watch the
Wow.
fucking no,
Burn the
this
evidence.
is the,
Burn the receipt.
not the Space Jam one, the fucking the house next door, right? When I was doing that by myself, I was
Oh, Meet the
not
Blacks.
laughing at all, like at
That shit
all.
was rough.
People were fucking texting me. LG was like, "Yo, bro, you did not look like you were liking that movie," which I
Hashtag
did
free
not
Hanzo.
until fucking Yellow came in, and because his laugh, like Roberto's brother, is the same thing. There was a movie that could be so shit, but because the way they laugh and they find shit funny, it makes me laugh at the same time, right? So I ended up enjoying the beginning of that movie because Yellow could not stop fucking laughing. But at the
Oh, I
end of the
stopped
day,
laughing. All right.
yeah, and
There
when
was
you
a
did,
point
the
in that
stream
movie.
went fucking dead, right?
Shit was
It
like-
went dead. It was quiet. I wasn't laughing. But at the end of the day, because you were fucking finding entertainment in the bullshit, I found entertainment in it too. Roberto's brother is like that too. He has this movie that he fucking loves, right? And I remember I hated it. But when I watched it with him, I found it a lot more fucking funny than I did when I watched it alone. So sometimes that works, right? But at the end of the day, that shit is trash. Absolute trash. So no, I cannot fucking sit here and fake like I like The Dark Knight. I am sorry. I am sorry.
You know, I do recall making that exact point over a movie not that long ago, that if you watched it with the right company, you would enjoy it, and you said no.
Yeah, that is a true statement.
Hold on. I still didn't enjoy the movie. It just made it watchable. It just made it very.
It was
watchable.
fun to make fun of that movie. It was fun to make fun of that movie. It was. Space
So
Jam 2.
Before we close it up, Yellow, real quick, talk about your channel.
Yellow does it, fam. That's pretty much it, man. We're not here to talk about me. We're here to, you know what I'm saying, celebrate the brothers up here who's been getting busy on here for how long y'all been getting busy on here, man. So I don't want to take no shine away from that, except to say $ Yellow does it on Cash App. You feel what I'm saying? Support your local YouTube creator. That's all I'm saying.
Facts, 100%. And I do appreciate that once again. Like I said, we've been doing this shit for a year time. And when I started YouTube, I never thought people would watch me. Like, who the fuck's going to watch me? But you guys have come in here and embraced me. I appreciate it. I love it. Me and Roberto and Josh, we've been doing this shit for a minute now. We've been trying to help people out with certain things that we talk about. So I love that shit. Ashley, talk about your channel, please.
The name of my channel is The Widow. Like I said, we talk about pop culture stuff. That's about it. Thank you for having me on, Enzio. Y'all, congratulations to 1 year. It was a fun time, and I was glad to be here with everybody.
I'm glad you can make it as well. We will go over to Maz Mama Bear. I am glad you have popped on too as well. You could make it. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And I will say this. My first ever supporter was her, right? So the first stream I did was on Danny Graham's channel, Equilibrium. I popped in there, and next thing you know, I had a fan. So Mads Mumber, I appreciate that. Tell the people about your channel. Talk to the people.
Hey guys, you can find me here on YouTube at Mads Mama Bear, on Twitter at Mads Mama Bear Doll. I do draw streams, I drop recipes, I do all sorts of stuff. I'm a basic lifestyle channel. Tomorrow, you will find me on Machiny90's channel, where we do Thirsty Thursday, or Thirst Day. That's where we pull out the spicy drawings, and we just have some real fire talk. And that's at 5 o'clock Eastern, so yeah, don't miss that. Sorry, it's Machiny Draws.
I got Thirst Wednesday.
Thursday
right now, right?
Yes.
I got Thursday submission for you right now. What up?
I'm listening. I'm drawing a blank for tomorrow.
I'm sharing already.
Yeah,
this is
that one picture I sent you, the yellow one. That was a first day drawing.
This is O.O.C, not Love Connection, guys.
Love Connection.
Yeah. Next up, Josh, talk to the people.
Movie Aficionados, Facebook and YouTube. First off, thank you guys for your patience. Real life shit sometimes it gets in the way, but I made sure I'm like, I'm coming on before the train, coming on afterwards, all that stuff. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be able to get. I'm not making any promises, but hopefully we can do the karaoke stream again. That was really fun last week. We had a blast. If you want to go check it out on my channel, no, definitely. No, you killed it. You murdered it. Anzo was spitting fire on that, and Danny. Oh, and shout out to the brother Chris Knight. I watched that clip like at least 100 times of his James Brown karaoke. If you guys want to come on, I share the link. You come on, you sing, you rap, do your thing, and hopefully I can do it tomorrow. But that's it, though. I love you 3,365 days. It's been great. It's been fun. That's it, man. I'm going to pass to my brother to the other side. There we go.
Roberto, talk to the people.
I love the amount of emotion he puts into that salute. Josh, I love you, man. Well, you can find me here Wednesday nights. You can find me on Late Night Game Changer Wednesday night as well. And F the ego, when it comes, it comes. I can't keep talking about that shit because I'm embarrassed myself, yo. Who's that?
Yellow always popping up some bullshit on my stream.
Don't fucking try to blame me for. I'm sitting over here looking at my phone. I'm not even thinking about your little stream and putting stuff from Instagram.
No, not at all. Man. But yet I see a screen share.
That is somebody. That is why are you trying to blame me for it? That's clearly
that shit just pops up random. Wow.
That's your name right there on the page.
Yeah, exactly.
Yellow does it.
Exactly.
We're talking about investments.
What are you talking about?
Investment right there, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not complaining about investing in that baby.
Yo, but really though, Fro, it's the kicks. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's really where it's at. Like, do you?
I didn't notice she was wearing shoes.
Yo, she got on them Jordans, man. Those are fire.
Stop objectifying individuals. How about that?
I know, man. You guys gotta stop looking at women like they're sexual pieces of meat. Right?
Literally my job, man.
We're looking at the picture, what she's wearing. Well,
as somebody who has a tattoo, I'm admiring her tattoo and what's adjacent to it.
I like trying to get to this lip gloss right here in her hands. Like I want to know what that product is. All right, so it's lip gloss.
Roberto, finish up, brother. Talk to the people.
Oh, I'm done, yo.
It wasn't my follow up after that, man.
Dandelion. Hold on.
Nobody's paying attention anymore.
Dandelion said it looks unreal, and I will absolutely agree with you. Her ass looked like it was enhanced. 100%.
Of course. Look how skinny her legs are.
Yeah.
Yes, that didn't look good.
No
shit, but it was nice to look at.
100%. With that being said, guys, we got to close it up so we can get over
my name
to...
is
Yeah, I done said it. I don't know. I think I did.
We got to pop over to Game Changers, which will be on Josh's channel. The topic is going to be, can you find love on Tinder? Josh has some Tinder profiles he's going to go through. It should be a fun time.
Fast show.
Yellow, if you want to come in, you're more than welcome.
Love on Tinder.
I feel like that's up to Josh.
I guess Anzo froze up, so
yeah,
I can't end the show, but I can keep it going till he comes back.
Yeah, he's the one with he literally has the button.
So did you choose this topic, Josh?
I mean, everybody could just leave, and then
I have to. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work, But I hope Anzo comes back because we gotta get this set up.
Yeah.
But I do have my pictures.
You can set it up while he's giving us his little kiss goodbye to everybody or whatever he's doing there.
Yeah. Hold up.
Could he hear us at least? Do you think? Harder, Maz, harder.
I'm trying.
No,
I'm
he
trying.
reset his.
There we go.
There he goes. He'll be back
Good
soon.
job, Max.
Sanju might have been doing this too long.
Yeah.
Is he back yet? There, no.
Actually,
Well,
those
yeah.
new headphones.
Huh?
Are those new headphones?
No, it's the same ones I have.
Thought you had some Beats by Dre.
I do.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I have my Beats. I don't even know where they are.
Shout out
I might
to
wear
Dre.
them next time. Yeah, shout out Dre.
Phantom Zone.
Shout out to
himself.
Apple
Call
now.
this shit Beats by Apple.
Beats by Apple, yeah. Shout out Apple for giving that $4 billion up to Dre.
I can't blame the man for that. That's a
No,
How's he
I hope
living?
not.
How's he living now? Didn't he have a stroke or something?
Yeah.
They never
Yeah,
really
while
talked
going
about
through a
it.
divorce and a bunch of
Really?
crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think those things are correlated.
It's a wild.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Well,
are.
raise the poor,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. And then she throwing things like it's a lot of crazy stuff.
Wow.
I
Well,
love
he's
Dre.
got all that money to rely on, so
And she's trying. I don't know.
Okay,
there he is.
I am back. Thank you very much.
End it quick,
All right.
Hanzo. End it quick.
Down, bro.
I don't know what the fuck this internet shit popping off is going, but you know what? I will say this, and Yellow said, "Oh, it's up to Josh." Actually, it's not up to Josh.
Oh, my
This show was created by me and Robert Storms, and he left, so I guess I'm the creative. But I decided that we're gonna do it on each person's channel. So if you guys want to come on, but I'm also thinking we may need some ladies on. So if the ladies want to come on,
Yeah,
let
we
me
need a
know.
lady's perspective. It can't just be
Yeah, a
men
bunch
all
of
the
dudes
time.
talking
Why
about
not?
relationships
Why
feels
not?
weird.
I'll do it.
I have some, not with Tinder specifically, but I do have some experience with the
Me
online.
too.
All right.
Me too.
Let me
So
ask this: women join for free right off the bat, right?
I was not on a dating site.
Everybody-
I'm
I only
curious
go for
because
the
they
big
say
sites.
only men pay for it. I just
that is
wanted to
correct,
know.
bro.
That's usually how it works.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
men
does.
pay for it.
100%. Every fucking dating site that I've been on, and I've been on a few, I'm not gonna lie, but every site is the fucking men pay, and every single fucking woman is free.
And isn't it funny how when you don't even have a fucking picture, they're all over you? Oh, you're so handsome. Look at you. Who are you talking about? I don't even have a picture there. And
Okay,
then
You
you
know
put
what?
your picture in, and then you
Save
get all
those-
these ugly women come.
We need to save that for game changers.
Yes, we'll save it.
Save those thoughts because I'm gonna mess you up when it comes to the what they send in DMs.
Josh, you have the link?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, put the link in the private chat so that we can get people in there. So everybody has it.
All right.
And then we will close it up. Once again, thank you everybody that came onto the panel. Thank you everybody that has been in the chat watching the show. Much appreciated to all you guys who have supported. It's been 1 year that we've been doing this, and I think, well, I hope that we can be able to do this for one more. Like I said, man, it's humbling for me, especially when we have people that come on and they'll be like, yo, what you guys do is amazing and stuff like that. I love to hear that shit. We don't do it for praise, but at the end of the day, you always have to have some sort of respect for the things that you do. And I do have respect for the things that we try to do on this show. Does it always work? Maybe not. But if I can help one person, I think I've done my job. So
it's just nice to know that you're not alone.
Facts, 100%. And when you're going through depression like me and most of the people that have watched the show have, you actually think you are alone. So when you find out that you are not alone, it's an amazing feeling. We're going to close it up. Make sure you guys check out the Game Changers. I put Josh's link in the chat. So if you haven't subbed to him or click on the channel so that you can watch the show. It should be fun because I am fucked up right now, but it should be fun. With that being said, Josh is going to put in the private link. Peace out, guys. Thank you very much. Love you all. Respect.
Later.